Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Deviyo Sajjano Mitro, welcome back. Let us go ahead. We are doing a chapter called Income from Salary. We are in the last part of salary, that is valuation of taxable perquisites. Under valuation of taxable perquisites, we have studied the चुप रहने का ना कितनी बार समझाऊं. Under valuation of taxable perquisites, we have studied the general rule. Whenever your employer is paying a third party, and because of that you are getting some benefit, the money saved by you is your value of taxable perquisite. Expenditure incurred by the employer, but of course there will probably be some amount which is recovered from the employee. So that net amount is going to be perquisite. Hello. So anything which is charged against your salary will be always reduced from the value of perquisite. Now some perquisites cannot be easily valued with the help of that formula, the general rule. So we will have to go and learn the complicated perquisite valuations, under which we have also completed the first one. Rent free, furnished, unfurnished, as well as concessional rent accommodation. First chart gave us value of rent free unfurnished accommodation. Government employees का license fee value rule. Private sector owned house का. Oh, private sector owned house का. हाँ क्या? Notional basis on the basis of population 10, 7.5 and 5% of salary. And rented वाले में it was rent paid by the employer. However, it will be restricted to maximum 10% of salary. That was rent free unfurnished. Add value of furniture 10% of cost or higher charges. Any one of them will happen. It can't be both. And then if there is any amount which is recovered, we will subtract that recovery to give us the value of concessional rent. We are done with the first two notes also. Fair market rent is irrelevant. And definition of salary. Period was easy because you studied house rent allowance, that period for which house was provided. But components were complicated. Everywhere else in income tax they have given inclusive components, that is basic DA in terms and percentage commission. Here they said take everything but exclude kya? DA not in terms, exempt portion of allowances, taxable perquisites and provident fund ka both amounts. Correct hai? Now 2-3 notes remaining with which the first complicated perquisite will get over. Note number 3 under house wala perquisite. Hello, everyone is with me? Any rent-free accommodation that is provided to judges of High Court, Supreme Court. You should know this. They are government employees. They are not given houses. They are given bungalows. वो भी in good areas. Mumbai में if I talk about Chief Justice का bungalow is at Nepean Sea Road. Narayan Dabholkar. हाँ वही. Next to, in fact, Deputy CM bungalow. Right next to Deputy CM bungalow. Correct hai? Those who know the geography will be probably aware of that. Bungalows they are given. If you are a union minister, you know ministers are also given official bungalows. And if you are a leader of opposition, you will also be given an official government bungalow. Abhi mast baat bol. Are all of them getting a house to live with government funds? Government houses ka normal valuation is value as per license fee, house valuation rules. Government employees ka perquisites. This is going to be fully exempt. All benefits are given only to government employees. So fully exempt. Perquisite of government employees, they get bungalows and that is also fully exempt. Next, if your employer is giving you more than one accommodation, he is giving you 2 houses to live. So simple hai. Both houses ka valuation we will be doing separately because you are getting double benefit. Possible hai that he is giving you 2 houses. Possible hai that your boss gave you 1 house. So you are paying tax only on the value of 1 perquisite. But one day you tell your boss that, sir, I can't stay in this house because when I stay with my family, I get disturbed and thus I am not able to focus on work. So if you want me to focus on work and give you more quality, kindly give me one more house. In one house, my wife and children will live, other house I will live. So your boss has agreed. Dekho, you don't say aisa kaise nahi. Your boss has agreed. So do you have two houses now? Both will be taxable. But if this has taken place on account of, the most important word here is this word transfer. You have been transferred from one city to other, and you are occupying two houses because of that, for that temporary transition phase for moving from one city to other. Then in that case, up to 90 days, only one house is taxable. We are basically giving you a period of 90 days, roughly 3 months, to vacate one of the houses. And if you don't vacate any one house during this period of 90 days, so from the 91st day, both houses will become taxable. This is basically a window given for you to shift smoothly. You have been transferred from one city to other. Because of that, you are occupying a house in both cities. If your boss is giving you two houses, it is double perquisite. But till 90 days, we won't count one of them. Obviously, don't count the higher one. Pay tax on the lower one for 90 days. But from 91st day, both will become taxable. There is logic. You have 2 minutes. You want logic? Yes. You are working for a company in Mumbai. Your house is given in Mumbai. Owned hoga, so it will be 10% of salary. Rented, it will be rent paid or 10% of salary, whichever is lower. At midnight, you get a call from your employer. Bola, there is some problem in Delhi, and in typical Delhi language, scene ho gaya bro. You have to, Delhi ka manager has resigned. We need you to assume duties in Delhi immediately. I am hereby sending your flight ticket ka PDF. Don't worry, there will be a car that will come and pick you up. Don't worry, your house ka set, everything is done. You are my most trusted person. From tomorrow, you will be doing Delhi office ka duties. Okay? You are the yes guy. You never say no to your employer. And employers trust such kind of employees more. So what do you do immediately? Shh, tell your wife and children, hey, uto! From tomorrow, go to Delhi ka school. No, it does not work like that. You need a smooth transition. Do you understand? So right now, you will move to Delhi, and we are giving you 90 days to bring your family to Delhi. During those 90 days, you will occupy Delhi house. Family is occupying Mumbai house. Double perquisite. Only one of them taxable. Abhi suno. Mumbai, Delhi, both will be 10% of salary. Pay tax on any one of them. It was possible that the new city is 7.5% or 5% based on population. Pay tax on the lower one. 90 days ka we are giving you window. But of course, from 91st day, both will be taxable. So directly it will become 20% of salary from that period, or 15% or 17.5% based on which city the two houses are. We are giving you a window of 90 days to vacate one of the houses. Thereafter, I hope you have understood. Thereafter, both houses will become taxable. Is that clear? And last and final note, under house wala perquisite, and with which the first big complicated perquisite will get over. Last note. If your employer has given you hotel accommodation, house nahi, hotel mein. Simple question is this. Does a hotel accommodation bring more facilities compared to a house? House mein you have to wash your own clothes, but hotel mein there will be housekeeping, laundry, everything. Correct? Hai? What is going to happen here? Employer will pay hotel ka tariff. Employer is paying the tariff, no? And you are getting to stay in that hotel. In that case, it will be hotel charges paid. Aapka jo perquisite hai. If employer is paying, are you saving this? Or 24% of your salary, whichever is lower. Salary same as defined in note number 2, last note of last class. Hotel charges paid or 24% of salary, whichever is lower. So now, compare this with rented houses and you will understand. What was valuation of a rented house? Rent paid or 10% of salary, whichever is lower. Is this serving as rent paid? This part, which we are comparing not with the 10% of salary, but with 24, because you and me both have common sense to understand. Kya? Hotel will be having more facilities, no? the valuation also will be higher. As someone who is occupying that hotel room, you get more facilities than a house, so valuation also will be higher. Make sense, everyone? But if this is also provided, same thing that we studied in the previous point, if hotel accommodation is provided on account of, once again, the most important word, transfer. So remember that guy who was suddenly shifted to Delhi? Delhi mein we can't arrange a house overnight. So what are we giving you? You go immediately, we will book a hotel for you. Have you been transferred to that other city? So this will not be taxable up to 15 days only. From the 16th day itself, it will become taxable. Matlab, if he is giving you 2 houses because of transfer, we are giving you a window of 90 days to vacate one of the houses, but he is giving you hotel accommodation, so we are giving you only 15 days to vacate it. Hotel accommodation always has to be temporary. You can't be booking a hotel permanently throughout the year. That does not make sense. Usse better you take a house on rent. I hope you understand. Financially also it is advisable that isse better to we take a house on rent. We take a house on rent and we hire full-time housekeeping staff, it will still be cheaper, unless the hotel is giving you massive discount for more bookings. Do you understand? So if 2 houses are occupied to 90 days ka window, and if hotel is occupied to 15 days ka window, but both cases only and only if the transaction was on account of transfer. For any other purpose, if he is giving you that accommodation, it is going to be taxable from day 1. Is that clear? That was your first big perquisite, that is rent-free accommodation. If I go to point number 2, you should be clear. This is what point number 2? We are doing value of taxable perquisites, under which first one was rent-free accommodation. Now we are doing the second one. Airbnb works as hotel or houses. If in my humble opinion, it is not just an apartment, because they give you plenty, housekeeping also they only do, kitchenette they provide. In fact, hotel rooms as other services they provide. So that should serve as a charges also they levy as per hotel only, if I am not wrong. Correct? That is still, see, you don't have to see they call it a hotel or no. You have to see what kind of facilities are being provided out there. But of course, one thing I must tell you, the income tax rules mention house, that is accommodation, and hotel. They have not considered the probability. These are recent cases. Very soon they'll probably consider clarifying in case any case takes place. But as of now, it should be considered as hotel. What? What is wrong with you? Why do you have to do this? And why do I have to say this again and again? Why can't you keep your mouth shut? Or shall I stop answering doubts of people in class? Because if I am answering somebody's doubt, your behavior changes. It can't work like that. You have been given any end time of today's lecture? Delete that end time from the message. Because you can't disturb me like that. Somebody else wanted to ask something. Actual example of how hotel accommodation will be given. So, for example, after clearing MBA, my brother got a job with Amazon. So, Amazon he was supposed to work in Bangalore office. So, they called all their employees across the country to Bangalore. And it was a small training phase that they kept them for. Thereafter, they will be given posting whichever city, you are needed. So, at that time, during that period, they were kept in a hotel. And that hotel accommodation was given for a brief period, because they were handling the transfer duty over that temporary duty. Nothing was taxable. But the moment they came back to their city of day-to-day work, then maximum 15 days we will give you this window, leeway. From the 16th day, it will become taxable. Then from the 16th day, it will become taxable. Samjha? House is given thereafter or not given? Yeah, so 90 days will be given for the house. So like after that. But then total फिर भी 105 होगा ना उससे ज़्यादा. Okay. second value of taxable perquisite. Not all are as big as house wala perquisite. Some of them are going to be very, very small. Next, if your employer is providing you facilities like gas, water, or electricity. Gas, cooking gas. You get cylinders at home, HP Bharat. Piped gas also maybe. Water. You drink water, no? Okay, save water, drink Red Bull. You do, don't you? You consume electricity. Do you? I'm asking you. Without electricity, we cannot conduct our lecture for 1 second also. No projector, no internet, nothing. These are basic necessities of life. Food, clothing, shelter, nahi. Internet and Wi-Fi. है ना? So, possibility 1. Boss is giving you money. Take this money, buy cooking gas. Take this money, buy water. Take this money, buy electricity. Gas allowance, water allowance, electricity allowance. Tax treatment, please. Tax treatment of allowance is overhead. So, you have to give me. Q? Because there is no exemption taught, so such allowances are going to be fully taxable. Any allowance for which an exemption is not taught, it is going to be fully taxable. But possibility 2, boss is telling you, take this cylinder, cook. Take this water, drink. Take this electricity, consume. You understand? So boss must have paid the gas company, the water company, the electricity company, so that the gas company, water company, electricity company is providing you the facility. So it does it not fall in the general rule? Amount paid by employer to the third party, and third party has given the benefit with a slight twist. What if the boss is itself Bharat Gas? What if the boss is Parle giving you free water? Bisleri is a Parle product. What if the boss is Adani Power or Tata Power or Reliance Power or Best, which is providing free electricity supply to the employee ka house? Ye possible hai. That means these things can be purchased by employer or they can be provided. To purchase karke bhi they are providing only, no? Nahin. Purchased by employer or manufactured by employer. If it is purchased by the employer from the gas company or water company, so it is very easy. Do you understand? The boss is going to pay the gas company the purchase price, the purchase cost. But if it is manufactured, you will have to take the manufacturing cost of the employer as your perquisite. What is the per unit cost? You studied a chapter called cost sheet. Direct material, direct labor, direct expense is prime cost. Add factory overheads, you will get factory cost. Adjust WIP stock, you will get cost of production. Adjust admin overheads and finished good cost stock, you will get cost of goods sold. Adjust selling and distribution overheads, you will get cost of sales, which is the total cost, and add profit margin in this, so you will get your. I hope you are not wondering how I know this. CA hai bro. I started my career with CA final costing. अच्छा हुआ I didn't continue. हाँ तो costing निकल गया final है ना? You have studied this. So do you know with total cost and number of units we can find out per unit cost? That per unit cost will be taken as your perquisite. So if purchased, it is very easy. The amount paid to the third party. But if manufactured, we will have to take the per unit manufacturing cost, and that will become value of taxable perquisite. Samjha? But of course, is it possible that you drink lot of water, which is beyond your boss ka budget? Is it possible that you consume more electricity than your boss ka budget? So can he always do what? There will be some amount that will always be recovered. So minus the amount which is recovered by deducting from your salary. Whatever is reduced from your salary or deducted from your salary, that much obviously is going to reduce your value of taxable perquisite. Do you agree? That's a part of the general rule itself. And therefore, this is going to become your taxable perquisite. Samjha? It is because of this manufacturing wala part that we had to do this separately. Otherwise, so yeah, that way it is very easy. Is that clear? Khatam hai, second perquisite. So, because fair market value includes the profit element as well. So when you buy from the third party, you have to include that. But when you are yourself providing, you can't include that. Samjha? The same question you should have asked in that house wala case. That rented वाले में we took rent paid by employer to landlord. Owned वाले में why didn't we take ALV of the property, the market rent of the property as your purchase? Because market rent of the property also includes the profit element. We don't have to take the profit element, we only have to take the cost price. That's the reason. Logic if you want. At the end of the day, for every question there is one answer. Loma like kuch hai. And this can be a fixed answer that I give to every question that you raise before me. Whatever is written in the law, we have to follow. We have to do what? Identify the reason why this is written. Why is this written? Because this will not include the profit element. Samjha? Okay. Third perquisite. Your employer, ghar de diya. He has given you house. In that house, he has also given you gas, water, electricity. Now that you start living, so you will need the following people. You will need sweeper, gardener, watchman. If you are working at a very, very high post, you may get something called a personal attendant or personal assistant, whatever you want to write. Once you reach a certain level, organization will provide you PA. First reach that level. अरे वो भी important है ना. First you have to reach that level. Today no one can keep us as PA. But one day we will reach that level where we can hire PA or the people who we work for give us a personal attendant. समझा? Everyone? So see, listen. We could have merged this perquisite with the previous. Gas, water, electricity, mein what is the boss doing? Paying those respective companies. But we can't merge because gas, water, electricity can be manufactured and given. Unless Kalp is your boss. वो किधर है? He is hiding somewhere. हाँ ये रहा. वो manufacture करके he may provide you these facilities. But normally it won't be manufactured. That means can I say boss will pay the salary of the sweeper, the gardener, the watchman, and that guy will give you services. So very easy. Amount paid by employer to whom? Amount paid by employer to the sweeper, gardener, watchman. But of course, from this, we will subtract any amount that is recovered, and after subtracting the amount which is recovered, we will get the amount which is taxable. ये clear हुआ? Do you have a question after this? If I tell you that the perquisite is over, perquisite number 3 is over. Same चीज होगा ना? That is reimbursement, and in the general rule we had written that reimbursement will always be considered as perquisite. If he is giving you fixed monthly, it will serve as allowance, and then it will become. आप ही बता दो. You only tell me. Sweeper allowance, gardener allowance, watchman allowance का tax treatment. Tell me no, please. That will be fully taxable. And what is the difference here? Your boss is paying that third party salary to these guys, and they are working for you. But where? At your home.
The company I work for is providing watchman.
Where is the company providing that watchman?
For me, the company is free.
Acha, that way. You mean it's a recruitment agency which gives labor supply, which provides sweeper, gardener. Still we have to pay, no? If the company is providing security, watchman, it's a security agency. Still they will pay the security guards, no? Aise gulam ka, bonded labor ka, to era is over, no? So still that security guard who is working for your employer company still has to be paid. So you're still in the same rule. Your question should have been this. I'm surprised that you did not ask. If company is not paying and I am bringing from my money, it will not fall in the definition of perquisite. So company is appointed. Till the time he is not working for me, it is not perquisite. When he starts working from me, it becomes perquisite. So from that day, uska salary will become my perquisite. No. Your question should have been, sir, this is general rule. Why is it point number 3? Itna simple question tha. What is general rule of perquisite valuation? Amount paid by employer minus recovered. Then why is this a separate perquisite? Question to ye hai. There is no doubt about the calculation. They can't be manufactured. Gas, water, electricity can be manufactured. They won't be manufactured. So there is going to be a salary, an amount that we pay to them, and that amount will become savings of the employee. After the fourth perquisite, which is slightly big, there is a note that we will write. That note will explain why we had to do it separately. There is some twist that has taken place, and there is also an amendment that has taken place under income from salary. I see an amendment in salary after many years. Last time an amendment took place many years ago, except that standard deduction wala part, which was different for old regime and new regime. Other than that, there has been no amendment in salary, I think, in the last decade. But then we are living in the anti-era of income tax, so there is an amendment which we have to discuss. For this, it was required that we learn this perquisite separately. In the next 5 minutes, we'll come to that point. Right now, is that clear? Boss will pay money to these guys. That is my perquisite minus the amount which is recovered. Clear hua? Okay, next. If your employer is providing free or concessional education facility, free or concessional education facility, is this possible? Free or concessional education facility? First of all, I would like to give you a recap. I will not give you the recap. You will give me the answer. Instead of giving you a perquisite, it is possible that your boss can give you children education allowance. Don't turn the pages. मारेगा मैं पकड़ के. Eh, don't turn the pages and check the tax treatment. You have to answer without reading. If your boss is giving you children education allowance, maximum 2 children I can hear, but what is the exemption? Maximum 100 rupees per month per child, maximum 2. Rest of it we have done. It's a recap. And if this is children, hostel allowance. That means if the same thing is given in the form of an allowance, what is the tax treatment? We have already studied separately. This time your boss is not giving you money, he is giving it to you in the nature of a facility, in the nature of a perquisite. Your employer is going to make payment of school fees, college fees, education ka institution fees, and then that institution is going to provide education to your children, family members. If your employer does not take that admission, so admission fees will go from your pocket. So that way the rule is simple, but there are a couple of complications. So let us understand why is this not covered in general rule. Because first, if your boss is providing any kind of training or refresher course, if your boss is providing any kind of training or refresher course, it will be fully exempt. Any kind of training or refresher course will be fully exempt. Any guesses why? So carry on, right track pe chal. Come on, you're almost right. If I undergo this training and refresher course and I become efficient in this job, so it is going to help the employer, and perquisite by definition is my benefit. If he is giving me some educational course for his organization ka benefit, it can't be my taxable perquisite. Does that make sense to you? Correct? Hai? However, in other cases, is it possible that your employer is paying school fees, any education ka coaching or tuition fees for your children? Here there are two possibilities. No, that is not allowance. Allowance is when he is giving you money. Here he is paying the school. But twist ye hai that your employer can provide you education facility in two ways. An owned institution or a third party institution. Think about it. See, the third party institution wala part is very, very easy. A Limited, B Limited, C Limited, Reliance Industries Limited, Tata Services Limited, they are paying school fees, college fees, some tuition fees of their employees ka children. And if the employer is paying, is the employee saving that fees? Kya stupid question. That means this is the general rule, no? Whatever is the payment made by employer to that third party educational institution, will that become my taxable perquisite? Hello? Correct? Hai? But when the employer itself is an educational institution, now think about it. Maximum students here come from which college? Undergraduates? Maximum. I am told that HR may, in my time, if there were 500 students in one batch, so 450 were CA students. Still the same? 490 are CS. Still the same. Matlab the ratio has improved. Because I know 2-3 people who are my family members, my immediate family members who are your batchmates, but they are not pursuing CA despite being 90 plus. They tell me कि भैया CA छोड़ के कुछ भी बताओ. तो I am like, I am not a shopkeeper के ये material पसंद नहीं आया दूसरा बताओ. They are your batchmates in fact. But most people are pursuing CA. So you all don't go to college basically. So you won't understand what I will say. Do you? अच्छा exam देने के लिए. You know there are college teachers. They must be having children. They also study, no? Is it possible that HR ka teacher ka kids are studying in HR and the college is not charging fees? Is that a perquisite? Correct? Hai? Now, if the employer is paying the third party institution, then valuation is easy. Amount paid equal to value. But here, it's not a part of general rule, which is why it's separately being taught to you. You understand? Chalo, what does your common sense say? What should be perquisite? I have given you a proper story. And HR was an example. Any school or college ka teacher, and not just teacher, there are non-teaching staff also. Their children are studying in that institution without paying fees. Is that a perquisite? What do you think is going to be, should be the value of perquisite in owned institutions if you have understood the question? Come on, logic kya bolta? What does common sense say? Common sense is very easy. Percentage of that student is the perquisite. Parent ka percentage. Salary of the parent ka ek per notional basis ka percentage is what you are saying. Notional basis is not required because actual basis pe we have an answer. Notional is required when actual mein we don't have answer. Very easy, yaar, come on. The normal fees, supposingly 2 kids, teacher's kid and outsider kid. So teacher's kid is not paying fees, outsider kid is paying fees. So common sense, my common sense is this. See if you are on the same page as me. The fee charged to other people because they are outsiders, but not charged to this teacher ka kid because children of employee is the perquisite of the teacher. You don't have to pay that fees. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense? That's not the answer. That's not the answer. देखो सबसे logical answer is fee charged to other students. I think you have understood. Most logical answer. You know what is their answer? According to them, it is fees of similar institution in nearby area. Hey, Ruko, you don't start guessing. First, understand. You think what you were thinking is logical. So, no, this is according to income tax people logical. How? Income tax people are saying this child is studying in HR college because parent is HR ka employee. If parent was not HR ka employee, then itna faltu college mein this child wouldn't have come. Then this child would have gone to some other college. If fee only you have to pay, then go to a better college. So you are not saving this college ka fee because your parent is employee. You are saving that college ka fee because your parent is employee. Hashtag thug life. You understood what is their rationale behind keeping this? See, I am not saying that what you thought was illogical. What did you think? Fee charged to other people? But they are thinking fee charged by other institution because we are assuming you would have studied somewhere else. You are studying here only because your parent is an employee. A problem ye hai. Problem is not what is the logic. Problem is how to determine. हे भगवान, HR का फीस नहीं, when they say you can't say take अभी you can't take some engineering college का फीस, because BCom का what do you pay fees, मतलब you were laughing at that 100 rupees per month. BCom में क्या फीस है, we all know 27,000 BCom में, that plain simple वाला BCom 3 years का टोटल. I think 11th to TY का टोटल also should not be 27,000. Seriously, it is 27K per year. हाँ तो सुनो, बेटर कॉलेज है ना जय हिंद. जय हिंद इज अ बेटर कॉलेज, तो टेक दैट कॉलेज का फीस. सुनो, you understand the practical difficulty. In case of HR, you can still take KC or Jai Hind का fees. Come on. In case of NM, you can take Mithi Bai का fees. But what if there is some college in Vasai and 100 kilometer के radius में there is no other college? 100 तो नहीं होगा, but at least 10-20 kilometer. What do you do? Take सूरत के college का fees. From Vasai to Surat, it is closer than Mumbai. Believe me. कभी drive करके देखना, you will come to know. Vasai. So real life में this is going to be very very difficult. Exam life में lol क्या लगे? तो topic is over. Take this fees here. So don't waste your time. Take this fees here and take the fee paid by the employer to the third party. Story is over. Everyone is clear? But of course, from this we will subtract any amount which is recovered. This will give you your taxable value. This will give you your taxable value. Last twist. If this taxable value is up to rupees 1,000 per month per child, and Kalp, congratulations, they haven't surprisingly specified anything beyond this. That means Kalp, how many children can you have? And you can take exemption of all. If it is up to 1,000 per month per child, so it will be fully exempt. Fully exempt if it is up to 1,000 rupees per month per child. मतलब सुनो, if the final answer is coming to 12,000 or less after subtracting recovery, and it's only one child, fully exempt. 24,000 or lower, you have two children, fully exempt. 1,000 per month per child will be exempt. Correct है? But supposingly final answer is coming to more than 1,000. Supposingly final answer is coming to 1,500 per month. I am talking about monthly figure. Hear me out. First we will take whatever is the answer given as per the rule. If it is employer owned institution, तो nearby institution का fees, and if it is any third party institution, तो amount actually paid. From that amount we will subtract the amount which is recovered, we will get the amount taxable. If this taxable is 0 to 1,000, it will be exempt per month वाला amount. If it is 1,500 per month, do we have to pay tax? Yes. Do we have to pay tax? Yes. There is a legal controversy here. You want to guess the controversy? At 1,000 we don't have to pay tax on any amount. At 1,500 we have to pay tax on 500 or 1,500. It's a legal controversy. The law is silent. This matter went in Delhi High Court. And Delhi High Court, case laws you don't have to study. Still, for your knowledge, I am telling you, because this is salary ka case law. Inter mein you don't study case laws. Final mein you don't study salary. You will never get a second opportunity in life to study this. So let me tell you, Delhi High Court said, if it is up to 1,000 per month, so it is going to be fully exempt. मतलब 0 to 1,000 हुआ तो fully exempt. But if it is more than rupees 1,000 per month, it is going to be fully taxable meaning thereby the 1,000 rupees per month that they have given here is not a basic exemption. The 1,000 rupees given here is not a basic exemption. The 1,000 rupees given over here is not a standard deduction that every time you will subtract. Or let me put it this way, if the final answer is coming as 1,001 rupees, so what will be taxable? 1,001. Perfect. Is that clear? But this answer came through a case law, and even if you don't know this answer, it is okay as long as you know up to 1,000 per month is exempt. As long as you know this. Everyone is clear on this? Absolutely clear on this? Sure. That was your education wala perquisite, and at the end of this fourth perquisite, that is education wala perquisite, I need to make you guys write a note. This note because there has been a recent amendment here in income tax. This is with respect to the following perquisites. क्या हुआ? This is with respect to the following perquisites. Your employer has provided you the following perquisites. Suno. Gas, water, electricity. Did we study about them in perquisite number 2? Sweeper, gardener, watchman, personal attendant. Was this perquisite number 3? And education facility, that is perquisite number 4. With respect to this, there is something written in income tax rules. Matlab, with respect to perquisite number 234, there is something written in income tax rules. You have to go and see that whether the above facilities are selected, booked, purchased by whom? देखो, for educational institution we can use the word selected. For water or electricity we can say purchased. For gas we can say booked. For sweeper, gardener, watchman we can use the word again selected. So based on which perquisite you are talking about, you can change your word. Possibility 1, that the employee himself has selected that I want this sweeper. मतलब actually sweeper का या gardener का interview was taken by the employee, salary was negotiated by the employee, and the employer is only doing what? Reimburses. Means employee will pay the sweeper, the gardener, the watchman, the school ka fees. So no, employee decides that my children will study in Dhirubhai Ambani International School. So who will pay the fees? Employee. But how is it becoming a perquisite? Because employer is giving you reimbursement. That's one possibility. And possibility 2, they have been selected by the employer. Means employer has taken bulk admission. 20 kids ka admission fee in any school. Employee has hired bulk mein gardener. 10-20 gardeners who will go and do the work of every employee ka house. So the employer already has the gas, the water, the electricity with him, and he is just sending it to you. Provided to employee as a facility. The only difference between the left side and the right side is who has selected this. Gas, water, electricity, sweeper, gardener, watchman, personal attendant, or educational institution. Who has selected? Well, I want to put in your brain both people ka POV perspective. You first tell me whose point of view you want to think about. Employer ke employee. Employee. I like a particular educational institution for my children. And that means I have already selected. I have already paid the fees. Now I am requesting my boss to reimburse. Which side of the chart I am? Left side. करेक्ट है. Possibility 2, I am the employee. My employer has already taken admission in some school. That if I work with this company ABC Limited, so that school XYZ I don't have to pay fees because they have a tie-up. So I have to send in XYZ school only. I can't send in any other school. That's the right side. That's the employee ka perspective. Let's talk about employer. Possibility 1, I as an employer tell my employee, choose whichever school you want, choose whichever sweeper you want, choose whichever company ka gas or water you want. Give me the bill, I'll give you the money. So you choose, I will give money. Left side, reimbursement. Option 2, I already have water. Bisleri milega. You can't choose Aquafina. Take it or leave it. That means we are on the. You understand? What is the difference? Ultimately, for the employee, both cases, it is some free benefit now. This is going to be taxable for all employees. The left side, where it's a reimbursement, it is going to be taxable for all employees. But for the right side, it is going to be taxable only for specified employees. Right side, it will be taxable only for specified employees. Or let me give you more clarity about the left side. Employees will be of two types, specified employee and non-specified employee. The left side wala perquisite will be taxable for specified as well as non-specified. But the right side wala perquisite will be taxable only and only for specified employees. You won't understand the logic of this taxability unless and until you first know, guess what are specified employees. All the secret of this concept is hidden in the definition of specified employee. If I have to give you rough idea about specified employee, it is those employees who have got some control in the decision making of the company. Matlab, it just looks like employer has booked, but here the decisions were taken by them only. They have played a role in the management also of the organization. They are specified employees. But that is logic. Definition kya hai? What is a specified employee? Any employee who is a director employee. Directors in companies play double role. They are independent professionals, but they also act as employees. In accounts, you will come across a chapter called Company Final Accounts, under which you will learn something called managerial remuneration. Have you studied that chapter in accounts? नहीं, ये safe है. Every time something is asked, you say, sir, ये नहीं, ये बाकी. I wonder what you will say if I ask you something from IDT. बोला सर ने ये वाला सर सेट के रिवीजन लेक्चर में करेंगे. नहीं. You will study about, look at the word. So if name is self-explanatory, see if you can understand with the word itself. Managerial remuneration. Directors who are working for the day-to-day affairs of the company will get some salary kind of money. Matlab they are playing role of employee also. That kind of employee is called director employee. My question is simple. Does director have a say in the decision making of the company? That means when we chose this, it is being shown that employer has chosen. As an employee, I have got no control. But bro, you were only the one who controlled it. And that means you will have to pay tax. Samjha? And here though it was your decision only on the left side. Think about it. Because your choice ka institution, your choice ka gas is being provided. So as long as you exercise the choice, it will become taxable. On the left side, it is always choice of the employee. So for all employees, it will be taxable. On the right side, it is not a choice of the employee normally, if you understand. But if the employee falls in this list, that means it was your decision also. Thus, it will be taxable only for specified employee. Did you understand the logic now? We only have to complete the definition of specified employee. Second, any employee who has 20% or more voting power in the organization. 20% or more voting power. So no, it need not be only companies. It can be any organization. if you have 20% or more voting power. Company mein it will be equity share, and this voting power will be considered along with your relatives. So supposingly Mr. X has got 18% voting power and his wife has got 2% voting power. Of course, somewhere in the syllabus later in a chapter income from other sources, we will learn the definition of relative. I have never taught you definition of relative under income tax as yet. But out of all the relatives, the most obvious is spouse. Means whether anybody else will be included in the definition of relative or no, spouse certainly, as long as it is your spouse, it is going to be included in the definition of relative. Correct? So is Mr. X having substantial interest, that is 20% or more voting power? Will he be having some control over booking of which gas or which water or which institution? So that facility is going to be taxable for you. And thirdly, any employee whose total income from salary in fact, is it possible that during the year you have done something called moonlighting? Have you come across this term? Moonlighting? Nowhere? Social media में, Gen Z term में? No? अच्छा मैं बोलता हूँ. Part 1? Part? ये moonlighting है. तो क्या है? मैं बता. When you are working for more than one employer during the year. After COVID, it was observed, especially IT sector. Same employee is working with TCS, Infosys, Wipro. Wipro CEO Rishad Premji publicly came and said, this should be declared as a crime. You are basically directly working with my competitor. You'll probably be revealing all the secrets. Work from home के चक्कर में employees are doing alt tab, समझते हो computers में, multiple organizations का work at one time, getting salary from all of them. Some of them got caught doing this. So we will take your salary from one or more sources, total salary for the year, excluding non-monetary benefits. मतलब which part of salary we will exclude? Perquisites. We will take only the monetary benefits, मतलब basic salary and all types of allowance का total from one employer or multiple employers. Is it possible first employer is paying you only basic salary of 3 lakh and second employer is paying you only basic salary of 2 lakh? Perquisites we are not counting, but do we still have 5 lakh amount? We will see the total of multiple employers. If that exceeds, now this is the amendment with effect from assessment year 26-27. So ladies and gentlemen, every time there is going to be an amendment which is applicable for your syllabus, applicable for May 26, September 26, Jan 27 exams, that is assessment year 26-27, I will be using red color to show it right in front of you on the face of our notebook. Every amendment will be taught to you like this. If you have also observed the theory textbook given to you, whenever there is an amendment, it is highlighted in dark color in the book so that while flipping the pages, it catches your attention. Amendments will always be written in the book like this. And every amendment applicable for your exam, I say it again, you do not have to study a single theory from a single word from any other book or any other material. Everything of theory is going to be covered by us in class. Till last year, you look at what ridiculous rule year it was if your total salary in the year exceeds rupees 50,000. So you are specified employee. What was the monetary threshold? 50,000. Believe me, dear students, whichever kid I taught till last year, I never bothered to teach them the meaning of specified employee because it was a waste of my time. Any employee who is earning more than 50,000 is, which means every employee was specified employee. Because if you are earning less than 50,000 per month, matlab less than 50,000 per annum, matlab 4,000 rupees per month, and your boss is giving you sweeper, you are the sweeper, don't you think? Sweeper earns more than you, don't you think so? How can sweeper get sweeper? You don't understand what is happening. We were not required to study the meaning of specified employee until last year. But now they have changed that. See, the moment 50,000 ka amount changes, now it is possible some employees will be specified, some will be non-specified. They say with effect from AY 26-27, it is going to be a prescribed amount. Means this also we will not write in the act, in the rules. As and when required, CBDT will make an announcement. So the day the budget came, this amount was not known. Some months later, just one and a half month ago, they brought this amount publicly. They said if your full year ka salary exceeds rupees, matlab now the amendment is 50,000 ka figure is changed to 4 lakh. That's still low, I agree. It should have rather been 40 lakh rupees. So then it still made sense to learn, properly learn the definition of specified employee. But still it is, an amendment. So you should know this. Anybody earning up to rupees 4 lakh is a non-specified employee. These perquisites will be taxable only if he himself booked it. And employer is giving what? Reimbursement. But if employer is providing as a facility, so these perquisites will not be taxable. They will be taxable only for specified employees whose salary exceeds 4 lakh. Acha, by the way, ek minute, you did not ask this. Obviously, full year का सैलरी. अरे मंथली सैलरी का लिमिट नहीं है, एनुअल सैलरी, which is why I feel it is still a very low amount. And you agree with that? All monetary benefits, all monetary, matlab basic and all allowances. Only thing that we will not take is perquisites, non-monetary benefits. But allowance maybe it is likely that you cross 4 lakh. Bro, मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? Only basic salary में it is possible that you cross 4 lakh. Come on, यार. 35,000 also if you have per month, you will cross 4 lakh. So anybody earning 35,000 per month is also specified employee. So practically even today this is going to be taxable for everyone. I hope you are understanding what is happening. Everyone is clear about this? So from this year onwards, at least people need to learn the difference between specified and non-specified, which students till last year were not required only to study. And secondly, in the theory textbook given to you, because the textbooks were ready and printed about 2.5 months ago, I am not 100% sure whether the prescribed amount will be written in the book. Because that amendment came in the budget itself. But the amount was decided by a circular later. So I am not sure whether this 4 lakh ka figure is mentioned in the textbook or no. If not mentioned, abhi time pass mat karo. Just telling you that whenever you bother to open your textbook, if not mentioned, so now we have the prescribed amount. Textbook mein you will probably find the words prescribed amount, but now we know the amount also. So if not mentioned, you can mention in the textbook also 4 lakh. Likha hai kya? You always study from the book, that is why I am asking. Not mentioned. Page number bol. Page number 45. 45 page number पे 4 lakh का amount if you want to write. अरे बाद में लिख देना. Distracted souls. Just write that 4 lakh because it was prescribed later, not at the time of announcement of budget. अरे भाई question answer. ठीक है, now you are removing your books, no, तो keep them out only. It's a matter of time. We will be doing some questions. ये clear हुआ? हाँ, तो ladies and gentlemen, we are done with valuation of first 5 perquisite: house, gas, water, electricity, sweeper, gardener, watchman, education. 4 you है ना, 5 नहीं. And in that 2, 3 and 4 के बारे में we have studied a concept. If 2, 3 and 4, please be clear, are booked by employee himself, then taxable for all the employees. But if they are booked by employer and provided to you, then it will be taxable for specified employee because your involvement is there in the booking. Who are specified employees? Directors, or 20% voting power, or annual salary exceeding 4 lakh, that also from multiple employers but only monetary benefits. Then you will be a specified employee and it will be taxable for you. Clear hua? Chalo, let's go ahead. Perquisite number 5. Hello. Perquisite number 5. Your boss is giving you a loan facility. Your boss is giving you क्या bro? Loan facility. क्या हुआ? I have 2 questions for you. Question number 1. When your boss is giving you loan, is it money? Sir, then it should be allowance. Why are you teaching under perquisites? A first question. Second question, sir, what is loan? What do you mean by this thing loan? Something that you have given and you'll take it back. Your boss is giving you money and he will take it back. He gives you 5 lakh, he will take back. It's not a gift. Understand the difference between loan and gift? If he is going to take it back, how can it be a perquisite? You understand? We can't learn value of taxable perquisite if we don't know what is the perquisite. So first identify for me what is the perquisite. Perquisite का name only is interest free loan. The perquisite is not the loan received that I have to return. The perquisite is the interest not charged. लिखा. It can also be concessional interest loan facility. Interest free or concessional interest loan facility. Now understand the following example. A employee, you need 5 lakh rupees loan. If you go and take this 5 lakh from the bank will charge you 12% per annum. Is that possible? Possible. But employer is not charging that interest. Employer is giving you 5 lakh. So no, you have to return that 5 lakh. But you have to return only 5 lakh. You don't have to return anything extra. That means, do you understand that entire 12% you have saved? That's interest free loan. Second possibility, your boss is charging you 2% interest. Is it still a benefit? Why do you say so? Bank would have charged 12%. Employer is charging 2%. It is still a benefit. It is still a saving of 10%. So if it is interest free, full 10% will be my perquisite, full 12% will be my perquisite. And if it is concessional interest, 12 minus recovered 2. वही rule है ना? Concessional का rule is what? Minus the amount recovered. So 12 minus recovered 2% will become my perquisite. Ladies and gentlemen, perquisite is not the loan received. Perquisite is the interest which is not charged. Do you understand this? You know what is the value of perquisite given here? Principal into rate into time. Because that is only the perquisite. No? Whatever bank is charging, principal into rate into time is what I am saving. Principal into rate into time. That is going to be the taxable perquisite. Do you understand this? Wait. If it is a medical purpose loan, so your boss is giving you loan for undergoing a treatment, and he is going to return that money to, you are going to return that money to your employer. He is not sponsoring your treatment cost. So no, if boss is paying your hospital ka bill, for that we have a separate perquisite, free medical facilities. Here he is only helping you with temporary funds. You have to return it without any interest. And that also, how do you want to guess how do practically employees repay these loans taken? Slowly and gradually by getting some amounts deducted from their salary. If it is a medical purpose loan, or if it's a loan of up to rupees 20,000, a very low amount, less than or equal to 20,000. In both these cases, the perquisite is going to be exempt. That means, what is value of taxable perquisite? 0. There is logic behind both of them. If the loan is only 20,000, your interest ka savings annually will be only 3-4,000. 3-4,000 is immaterial. Accounts mein you must have come across a concept called materiality. 3-4,000 is an immaterial amount. We don't want to waste our time in that. That's the logic why the second one is exempt. First one, there is one word ka logic, humanity. You don't have money and your boss is only helping you. By the way, treatment you are going to do with your own cost. So what is the boss ka help here? Temporary help with funds, and slowly and gradually I will repay those funds. Do you understand what help exactly employer is doing here? On the grounds of humanity, this perquisite is not going to be taxable. ये clear हुआ क्या? तो फटाफट बोलो whether the following perquisites are taxable. Boss is giving you 5 lakh rupees for medical treatment. Or 5 lakh more than 20,000. Medical treatment, exempt. Boss is giving you 15,000 to go on a picnic. Picnic less than 20, equal to 20 also exists. Boss is giving you 50,000 for medical treatment. Lol, exempt. It has to be any one of them. This is both of them. Boss is giving you 5 lakh rupees loan to go on a picnic. It is taxable. Why? More than 20 and non-medical. More than 20 non-medical, taxable. So no, the 5 lakh received is not taxable. The interest on that 5 lakh not charged by the employer is going to be taxable. Matlab, what do we have to do when it comes to valuation of taxable perquisite? The value of taxable perquisite is going to be nothing but principal into rate into time. But this valuation we will be doing monthly basis. We will be calculating April ka perquisite. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, Jan, Feb, March. We will be calculating perquisite of every month separately. Q, sir. There is some logic in this also. Every month there is going to be some principal. For every month we will be taking some rate. The rate is always going to be a per annum rate. And then what is the third thing that we multiply? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you see the benefit of doing monthly calculation. This becomes fixed. Because at one time, I am calculating perquisite only of 1 month. So whatever is the principal, multiply by annual rate into 1 by 12 will become perquisite of April. Thereafter, perquisite of May, principal into rate into 1 by 12. Have you studied financial management? Capital budgeting? Capital budget? At any stage of your career, any accounts, costing or FM teacher has taught you how to use the memory button on your calculator. You will be making effective use of that. Principal into rate, divide by 12. Write that answer against April and do M plus. Divide by 12, matlab it is same as into 1 by 12. The principal into rate, divide by 12. Write that answer against April, M plus. Principal into rate, divide by 12. Write that answer against May, M plus. So you have the 12 individual answers. And last May you do MRC, you will get your total perquisite for the year. Why are we doing monthly? One reason is our period wala part is sorted. It is always going to be 1 by 12. But now comes the difficult part. What exactly is this perquisite? I am saving on some market interest. Do you agree with that? So what is that market rate of interest? Example, I can tell you bank is charging 12%. Boss is charging nothing. So I am saving full 12%. Bank is charging 12. Boss is charging 2. I am saving 10. So that way I can say, don't write this. Market rate minus the rate charged by, don't write this. Market rate minus employer rate. Market rate is 12. Employer is not charging anything. So full 12%. Hello? And market rate is 12. Boss is charging 2. So my perquisite is only 10%. So as far as minus employer rate is concerned, do you understand? Boss is giving me interest free or concessional interest. This obviously has to be given to you. The difficulty is going to be in identifying what is the, because market may to give these loans, there are multiple banks available. So which bank to take as the market rate? You understand the question? And supposingly you for a moment think and decide, sir, A bank or ek kaam karo, sir, employee ka account is in which bank? Employee preferably will take loan from that bank only. That's not the answer. Supposingly I assume that is the answer. Then also bank ka lending rates change every day during the year. You understand? This is the difficult part. But whatever is the answer, from this you will subtract rate charged by employer. If this is 0, that means interest free. And if any concessional rate charge, so concessional rate interest. क्या लगता है आपको? What should be the market rent? Market rent क्यों बोला? Market rate of interest. What should be the market rate of interest? Simple average. Interest मिलता नहीं. Interest we are paying because these are loans. Okay. Answer is right or wrong, don't know. Don't know, I know, I am not declaring it. But I love the thought process at least. Okay, sir, whichever is the lowest market rate amongst various banks. और कुछ? Other option is sir take highest out of all the, क्योंकि we want to have maximum taxable perquisite. Average भी बोलते, okay, average भी बोलते, but all three are wrong. Any other better answer?
Nearest bank.
Nearest bank, employee का account वाला bank, but we can't leave it to your nonsense, and thus SBI will be considered as market. सुनो, your account is in ICICI or Axis Bank or HDFC, to hell with it. We will consider SBI. We will assume that you will borrow. You are as an employee not borrowing from the SBI, you are borrowing from your employer. We will assume that if not for your employer, you would have borrowed from SBI. SBI का rate will be considered as market rate. ये समझ में आता है? But then does SBI का rate or will SBI का rate change during the year on different days? SBI rate on the first day of the previous year. That means last year का नहीं पागल, income tax में current year is only called previous year. Then why is it called previous? Because when you sit down to calculate in the assessment, do I have to restart your syllabus? First day of previous year मतलब first day of current year in income tax. Which is your exam year? 25, 26. एक काम करो, learn it like this. 1st April 25 and clear before Jan 26. Jan 27, sorry. क्योंकि 25, 26 is applicable till Jan 27. 1st April, सुनो ना एक काम करता हूँ. Let me make this customized to your attempt only. You take 1st April 25 का SBI rate. You take what bro? 1st April 25 का SBI का rate. Is that clear? तो सुनो, एग्जाम में व्हाट विल हैपन, दे विल गिव यू नियरेस्ट एसबीआई ब्रांच का एड्रेस, यू हैव टू गो देयर एंड आस्क. हाँ हाँ हाँ, तुम बोल दो हाँ हाँ सर, जाके कम बैक एंड राइट योर पेपर. नहीं, आई टेल यू, दे विल गिव यू एसबीआई का रेट, एचडीएफसी का रेट, आईसीआईसीआई का रेट, एक्सिस बैंक का रेट, पर्पसली टू कंफ्यूज यू. विच वन विल यू टेक? SBI का they will give you first day का rate, last day का rate, average rate during the year, middle of the year का rate. SBI rate on first day, SBI rate on first day is going to be your market rate. Now you check how much employer is charging. If nothing, it's interest free. If he's charging something, so that is concessional interest. Subtract that. SBI rate minus employer rate. ये समझा? We are calculating perquisite on a month-on-month basis. So principal into rate into 1/12, and lastly we come to principal. Are we doing calculation monthly? मतलब first we will do perquisite of April, May, June, July, August. ऐसा करते करते will come to Jan, Feb, March. For principal, the rule is, ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention. I am not doing monthly calculation for that period का convenience. This we could have done without 1/12 also. We could have done full year का together also. But the rule is principal has to be checked every month. Why? Logic समझो first before I tell you the answer. You have taken a loan from your employer. Slowly and gradually you're repaying it. Normally, how do employees repay the money? By getting it deducted every time they're receiving their next salary. Small amounts कर करके you get it deducted from your salary. So every month some amount you repay, you keep on repaying. So some amount will keep on getting reduced from the principal. So you have to take the maximum outstanding balance on the last day of the month. That is the reason we are doing monthly calculation. I am not getting fun in making you multiply by 1 by 12, 1 by 12 every time. But principal has to be taken as on the last day. Principal has to be taken as on the last day. Don't explain it to each other. Kisi ko kuch, in any case you all are not understanding. Let me only explain what is happening here. Take an example. How much was the loan taken by you from your employer? 5 lakh rupees. Hello. Loan taken from employer 5 lakh, which is non-medical. You took that loan on 1st of April. Is it a taxable perquisite? Chalo. We'll take SBI ka rate, we will take employer ka rate, everything will take. Rate and time ka we are not discussing anything. In the month of April, how much principal you have taken from your employer? 5 lakh. Throughout the month of April, how much principal you have enjoyed belonging to your employer? 5 lakh. So April ka principal will be 5 lakh. Multiply by 12% or 10% based on market rate, employer rate, and multiply by 1 by 12. That will give you perquisite of April. But hua kya? Now understand the story ka twist. April mein my perquisite ka, my principal was 5 lakh. Everyone is with me? Now when the month of May came, I will be receiving May, April ka salary I will be receiving in May. So when I was receiving the salary, I told my employer, sir, isme se do one thing, deduct 30,000 rupees, because dhire slowly and gradually I have to repay 5 lakh. So if I slowly and gradually get it deducted, then only I will be able to repay full amount. I will never be able to repay. So on 20th May, he was getting April ka salary. He said deduct 30,000. So now May ka principal will become 4,70,000. Because last day of the month, what was the outstanding balance? What was the outstanding balance on the last day? 4,70,000. So May ka principal will be 4,70,000. So no. Then 25th of June, he was getting which month ka salary? May ka salary. He said, sir, deduct 20,000 more. How much deduct? 20,000 more. Initially he got how much deducted? 30,000. Now he said deduct 20,000 more. So what is June ka principal? 4,50,000. Multiply by rate, multiply by 1 by 12, June ka perquisite. 28th of July, he will get which month ka salary? He says deduct 50,000. How much? 50,000. So फिर July का perquisite का principal will be 4 lakh into rate into 1 by 12. That's July का perquisite. First of all, are you clear why we are doing monthly perquisite? Because principal has to be examined as at the end of every month. Is that very clear to you? Okay, fantastic. July ka salary he was receiving on 31st of August. And he told his boss, sir, deduct 80,000 from this salary. So what will be August ka principal? July ka salary received on 31st of August. July ka principal was how much? 4 lakh. Anything repaid during the month will be subtracted because we will take outstanding as at the end of the month. So we have repaid how much? 80,000. What is August ka principal? You understand the question? May I repaid 30,000, so I took 470. June I repaid 20, I took 450. July I repaid 50, I took 4 lakh. August में I am repaying 80,000. What will I take as principal for August? ये question है. You understood the question? Am I too fast that you are not understanding the question? So what's your answer? 3,20,000 is the wrong answer. Is the wrong answer. Here is where this word will come into picture. Here is where this word will come into picture. Suno. Let me explain, please. 31st of August is the last day of the month. When that date started, early morning, what was the outstanding balance? Morning mein 4 lakh. During the day you repaid 80,000. The end of the day, the outstanding was 320. But that last day ka maximum balance was how much? So August mein we will take 4 lakh only. And you want to understand the logic? You all are so intelligent, you all understand the logic in 1 second. this 80,000 was with employee full month. Repayment has taken place on the last day. Full month, so you enjoyed the money. So at least for this month, it will become a part of your perquisite. Do you understand the importance of the word maximum? Shall I make it simple for you? See if you understand this. So 20th May, we took it. 25th June, we took it. 28th of July, we took it. But 31st, matlab literally full month, you have enjoyed it. And that we are not going to take. Of course, your argument is, sir, वो 20th May maybe 20 days का enjoyment he has done. But we want to keep it favorable for the taxpayer. So anything which is favorable, you should not protest. Think about it. Principal is reducing. So your perquisite is reducing. Then why do you have a problem? Here we are not reducing. You will have a problem because perquisite is higher. But you can't raise a problem here because you have to agree that you enjoyed the money full month. Almost the full month. But if it is in taxpayer ka favor, so will you go and object? Nahi, sir, please change it. I have said this before. I say it again. Anything in favor of taxpayer, no matter how illogical, it is always correct. We are chartered accountants, not assessing officers. We will always take favor of assessing. So anything in the favor of taxpayer is always logical. Samjha? Everyone? Let me see how much. हाँ बोल, sorry. Of course. But ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है that you received that salary on the fixed date and then whenever you had spare funds you went and repaid. I have taken repayment of different dates. It may not necessarily be deducted from the salary being paid. Right now I am receiving full salary. I am telling the boss 10-15 days के बाद I'll see if I have spare funds I will give it back. वो possible है. That is by different dates. अगर fixed date को हो रहा है तो we have to subtract only. No question about it. I want to see how much your brain is working. In the month of September, no repayment. Nil repayment in the month of September. That means, can I say August ka 4 lakh, same 4 lakh for September? 4. हाँ, सुनो, you ignored it for that month August because it was last day repayment. September में तो from day one it is repaid only, no? So that you will have to take. This is the only mistake you could have made. Everyone is clear? You understood why we are doing monthly calculation? Because principal has to be examined as on the last day of the month. Rate wala part is very easy because it will be given to you. And the moment we do monthly, matlab 1/12 also will become very, very easy. Everyone is understanding this? Can I? हाँ. Employer के audited books of accounts में loan given to employees is clearly reflected, no bro? You can't hide it. When we are submitting your annual, there is a form 16 which employers have to submit. Employer have to give that declaration to the income tax department that I have given this much loan to my employees. Irrespective, personally भी देगा तो account to account transfer. Cash में दिया तो there is no answer only to that. If cash is given, there is no discussion. Cash में तो you give me 1 crore rupees, I will not declare. How does that matter? But once the money has gone from one bank account to other bank account, you cannot hide it from anyone. You can't tell your bank manager के 100 रुपया देता हूँ, delete one entry from my passbook. How will the balance also match? You cash का तो there is no answer only. Cash में why are you even talking about 20,000? Talk about 20 crores, 200 crores. Are you clear? So I will not take that subtraction for August. I did no. हाँ, so September में I have taken that 80,000. Everyone is clear? बोलो. नहीं. If it is up to 20 or more than 20, इतना ही. If it is more than 20, the entire loan is taxable. If the initial amount given is 0 to 20,000, then only it will not be taxable. There is no basic exemption. Boss is giving you 20,000 and 1 rupee as loan, so full amount is going to be considered for value of taxable purpose. Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, bad news and good news, I have both, and I have dealt with Gen Z for a few years now. Every time I tell them I have one good news, one bad news, they always say first give bad news. I have dealt with Gen Z for a few years now. So bad news is this, that this was the easy part of loan wala perquisite. We have a more difficult calculation in part 2 of interest free loan. We have a more difficult part. Now what's your question? What is the good news? Sir, part 1 is over. Part 2. Everyone is with me? Oh, distracted people, nahi samajh mein aayega. You won't understand if you don't pay attention. 80,000 is paid on the last day of August. Okay. रामायण संपली आता म्हणता राम कोण? Though we would have subtracted that also, of course. We assumed कि कुछ नहीं पे किया, तो we have taken only that payment of 80,000. If during the month of September, excluding the last day, सुनो, during the month of September, excluding the last day, if there was any 10, 20, 30,000 का payment, so that 80 and that 30 both will be subtracted for September, except the last day का payment. Clear? Even on? हाँ. Part 2. Everyone, सुनो, this is the more complicated part. If your employer is giving you a medical purpose loan, example rupees 5 lakh. If your employer is giving you a medical purpose loan, example rupees 5 lakh. First of all, do you know the tax treatment of this perquisite? It is going to be fully exempt. Why? Starting में they have told you medical treatment का loans not taxable. No perquisite. Obviously, it's a loan, not a gift. What should the employee do with respect to this borrowing of 5 lakh? Slowly and gradually, small amounts करके repay this money back to your employer. He has repaid till now. Gradually, you know, somewhat like this. He has repaid till now, supposingly 2 lakh. Possible है? Possible है? Therefore, first question, what is the outstanding loan still remaining to be repaid? 3 lakh. Does that make sense? क्या stupid question I am saying. 5 lakh का loan taken, slowly repaid 2 lakh. The balance is 3. अच्छा, by the way, this 3 also, slowly and gradually, by getting some amount deducted from your salary on a month-on-month basis, one fine day we will end up repaying up to the total amount of 5 lakh, because boss is not charging interest. That is typically my facility, but because it is medical purpose, the facility is not taxable. This story now has a twist. Some people are having something called medical insurance. When this employee was hospitalized and this 5 lakh ka bill had to be paid, at that time he did not have money, so who paid the bill? Employer. Slowly and gradually I am repaying that money from my pocket, and till now repaid is 2 lakh, outstanding is 3 lakh. But when I got discharged from the hospital, I submitted my claim documents to my medical insurance company, which one fine day has processed everything, and I have a medical insurance claim received. You understand the concept of medical insurance? Possibility 1, that I have received claim of 2,50,000, because one thing you should know, you won't get your entire hospital bill as medical insurance ka claim. It depends on how much insurance you have taken, and even that there are going to be some amounts which will be deducted. Possibility 2, I have received from medical insurance company 350. I hope you remember, total bill was 5 lakhs. Certain things are deducted from my claim. So case 1, 2,50,000. Case 2, 3,50,000. Question number 1, do I have some extra sudden spare funds with me because of insurance? Case 1 mein how much? 2,50,000. Case 2 mein 3,50,000. Till now I have repaid how much of the amount of loan taken from my employer? That means I still had to give 3 lakh to my employer. I was not able to give that 2 lakh, 3 lakh or 5 lakh at one go because I don't have that much money. I have been repaying slowly and gradually, and the remaining 3 lakh also I was going to repay slowly and gradually only because I never had money. But now I can't give that argument because I have money. When I receive this amount, it is my duty to at least make one lump sum payment to my employer. I may not be able to repay the entire loan because it to a certain extent will depend on how much claim I have received. How much is the outstanding loan? 3 lakh. If I have received claim of 250, I still have to repay 3 lakh. But right now I will be in one installment able to repay only. So case 1 mein, it is my duty at least to repay 250 right now. What about the remaining 50? Slowly and gradually I will repay because lump sum payment I can make only of 250. That much only is the claim amount. And case 2 mein, think about it. I have received claim of 3 lakh 50, but that does not mean that I will repay 3 lakh 50 because the outstanding is only the other amount from my pocket I have already paid. So here I will repay only. What you need to understand is this. See, if you understand this, I will go ahead. I also don't want to be purposely slow with you guys. If you understand, I will go ahead. Every time I receive medical insurance, I have to repay an amount to my employer, and that amount is the amount of claim received or the amount of outstanding loan, whichever is lower. Outstanding loan was how much? Common in both examples, 3 lakh. If I get 250, so 250 or 3 lakh, 250. And if I get 350, so 350 or 3 lakh, whichever is lower. Outstanding loan or claim received, whichever is lower, is my duty to repay. Why was this earlier not a taxable perquisite? Because it was medical purpose. And if I repay this money, that means I haven't wrongfully retained any amount belonging to my employer. I will continue to enjoy the exemption. But the twist is, if by chance this money is retained, case 1 mein how much is that money which I can say is retained? And case 2 mein how much is the money which I can say is retained? 3 lakh, whichever is lower. Claim or outstanding, whichever is lower. That means I am now enjoying money that rightfully belongs to my employer. Why? Because when I receive this money, this is not my money. This money should go to my employer because he is the one who paid the bill. Now I am enjoying money belonging to my employer for a non-medical purpose. Why? Because the medical purpose was over long ago. Right now I just have to receive and pay it to my employer. If this money is retained, you know what will happen? Guess karna. The perquisite which was exempt earlier because it was medical purpose, now it will become taxable because it is no longer a medical purpose. The medical purpose is over. Calculation sikaunga. Calculation I will teach you. First understand what has happened. If you are clear about the story, then we go to the calculation. My employer gave me medical purpose loan. Medical purpose loan, even if it is interest free, initially it is not taxable. What is the reason for it not being taxable initially? Because it is a medical purpose. However, if there is any claim received, there is a duty. What is the duty? At least some lump sum you repay to your employer. We have defined that lump sum also. What is that amount? Claim received or outstanding, whichever is lower. If I repay, still not taxable. But if I retain that money with me, it will become taxable. Because now I am using employer ka money for a non-medical purpose. Do you understand this? Calculation mein everything will become clear. Calculation we will do in the same format, month by month. What will we do? Principal, rate, time. Because what is perquisite? The interest saved, no? Congratulations. No explanation. SBI rate on the first day of the year minus employer rate. and because we are doing month on month basis, so here we will take 1 by 12. Discussion is only about principle. First thing, my perquisite will start from claim month. You have to understand this. Before the month of claim, it was a medical purpose loan. Nothing was taxable. Since which month am I making wrongful or using my employer ka money wrongfully? From the month in which I have received the claim, I am making wrong use of that employer money. So my claim will become taxable. My perquisite will become taxable from the month in which I received the claim. What will be the principle of this month? The outstanding loan or the claim received, whichever is lower. Do you remember what was the duty to repay? Exact same amount will become the principal of the claim month. Exact same amount will become principal of the claim month. Matlab suno, how much originally I took from my employer? No confusion I want. 5 lakh. Till date I have repaid how much? 2 lakh. Outstanding is how much? If I receive 250, how much I should repay? 250 only. That means if I start enjoying that money without repayment, so what is my principal? 250. If I get 350, how much I should repay? 3 lakh, because remaining I have already paid. And if I don't repay, that means how much I am enjoying. That means the money that I am wrongfully enjoying will become my principal. Rate and time remains same. Only the money which I am wrongfully enjoying will become my principal. And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, for all future months will be absolutely same as part 1. All future months will be absolutely same as part 1. Sir, same as part 1 matlab? During the month, whatever is repaid will be reduced from the principal of the next month, but we will not reduce anything that was repaid on the last day of the month. Everything else will be same. Every month ka keep on taking principal, rate and time also remain same. Matlab, only this part is the extra part of part 2. Medical purpose loan ka mediclaim ka money retained by the employer. Otherwise, the entire calculation remains same as part 1. Now tell me if you have any doubt or difficulty.
So the outstanding balance was 3 lakh and we got medical of 3 lakh. So that
Suno, outstanding loan was how much? 3 lakh. I got claim of 350. So you mean to say what? 50,000 is my taxable income.
what happens?
Nothing happens to that 50,000. Why? Logic samjho. I have already paid 2 lakh from my other taxable income to my employer. During this phase, when the balance came down from 5 lakh to 3 lakh, I have paid that 2 lakh, which was my taxable income. So from my pocket, I have paid. No, this 50,000 is only reimbursement of that amount. So no, supposingly boss is not involved, medical insurance company is not involved, nobody is involved. You are very well to do. You bear all your costs from your own pocket. 5 lakh ka hospital bill came. You have taxable salary of 50 lakhs. You pay tax on 50 lakh. With that, you pay your hospital bill of 5 lakh from your own pocket. Do you get any tax benefit of paying that hospital bill? Nothing. It's like a personal expenditure, like a drawing. Story is over. Matlab 50 lakh pe tax bhar diya, but 5 lakh ka you did not get any benefit. Story is over. When you paid, no tax benefit. But because you are insured, some portion of 5 lakh came back. You can't be paying tax on that because when I paid that money, I did not get any tax benefit. It is only recovery of my personal expenditure. Samjha? So this can't be taxable anywhere. Clear hua? Alright. That was your interest free or concessional interest loan perquisite. That is perquisite number 5. Next. Perquisite number 6. Use of, हाँ बोल बेटा, claim month का, from the claim month it will become taxable. Principal will be what? Whichever is lower. Rate and time same as part 1. फिर all future months जैसे जैसे you repay वैसे वैसे you reduce from the principal. Correct? नहीं ना, because in that month you have to repay whichever is lower. Okay? समझो, a portion of that you have repaid. तो outstanding में we will reduce that much, no? Outstanding loan we will take after minusing only. Okay. Next, use of movable assets. मतलब सुनो, focus on this word. Your employer is giving you some movable assets to use. Use मतलब ownership has not been transferred. You are not getting ownership of the asset. Your boss is giving it to use. He is going to take it back. मतलब your boss is giving you sofa at home, dining table at home, TV, fridge, AC, washing machine at home. Are they movable assets? Are you using them during the financial year? But you are not their owner. Supposingly, year gets over, house changes, job changes, the sofa, dining table, etc. has to be returned to the employer. Your facilities only, use it as long as you are occupying that home. समझा? मतलब ownership is not given to you because सुनो, seventh perquisite is sale of movable asset where he is making you the owner. In that we will say ownership has been transferred. Here what is he doing? Giving it, you are using it, your usage is over, return the asset. Ownership not transferred. 10% per annum of the original cost. 10% per annum of the original cost. मतलब सुनो, boss is giving you 2 lakh का sofa, you are using that sofa for the full year, so what is your perquisite? 20,000. But if you are using for 6 months, तो अरे बोलो ना बाबा, 2 lakh का sofa you used it only for 6 months, तो full year का perquisite is 20,000, 6 months का perquisite will be, so you understand per annum का meaning. और higher charges, whichever is, if your boss is giving you purchased furniture, it will be 10% of cost, but that's annual value. We will take it in proportion of whatever period you have used the furniture. And if your boss is taking the furniture on rent, so whatever is the actual rental paid by him. और एक काम करो, छोड़ो छोड़ो, go check value of house. Unfurnished house में we added value of furniture to get value of furnished house. What was value of furniture? Check कर. What was value of furniture? To convert your unfurnished house into furnished house. तो वही है ना, मतलब house का value plus this furniture का value will give you furnished house का value. You understand? But from this, what are we going to do? Always subtract any amount that is recovered to give you the amount of taxable purpose. Clear हुआ? Means whatever was value of furniture in house is value of furniture without house also. ये स्पेलिंग समझ में आता है? यू अंडरस्टैंड माई हैंड राइटिंग? नहीं तो आई विल स्टार्ट स्पीकिंग दीज टर्म्स. कंप्यूटर, लैपटॉप, न्यूज़पेपर्स, पीरियोडिकल्स, मोबाइल फोन्स, लैंडलाइन एट होम. कौन यूज करता है? इफ प्रोवाइडेड बाय द एम्प्लॉयर. आपका नाम क्या है? नयन. ये वो अयन है, वो रोज ऑनलाइन बैठता है. वो yesterday I have filed a complaint with the management against 3 people. उसमें से 2 अयन है and third is a girl who attends every day online. अयन attends every day online morning में, that girl attends every day online evening में. I said कि online का facility is for emergencies. This is misuse. And you and me both know कि online में what is the productivity or how efficient you are. Some people study for college exams parallelly. ऐसा नहीं होता है. You enroll for a batch, ऐसा थोड़ी full every day you will come online only. कोई भी reason मत दे. Every day there can't be any valid reason. सुनो, Why are these things fully exempt? Is your boss giving you all this for using? Is your boss giving you all this for using? Are you getting free usage of computer, laptop, free usage of mobile, free newspapers at home, free periodicals, magazines, etc.? Why are they exempt? अभी तू बोलना है, you ask this doubt, no? Why are I have given you tax treatment? I have given you tax treatment. At least give me the logic. Employer will not give you laptop with Netflix subscription. Will a Netflix and chill? Or computer or mobile phone. He is going to give you these facilities so that you are productive towards his work. If you have a mobile, he can locate you whenever he wants. Good old days when there were no mobile phones, employers used to install landline at employee ka house so that they can contact even in case of emergency. They will give you newspapers which have things that are useful for office work, economic times. Bombay Times ka subscription he will not take. वो तो वैसे भी free है. Employer will take what kind of periodical or magazine, anything which is an industrial magazine that prints articles relevant to your industry and business. आपको क्या लगता है? Employer will take subscription of Stardust magazine, के film fair magazine. Obviously, he is going to provide you things that are useful for the business, and anything which is useful for employer का business can't be your perquisite. Perquisite का meaning is what? Anything that is your benefit is a perquisite. Understood why these things are exempt? समझा? Other than this, any sofa, dining table, TV, fridge, AC, washing machine provided 10% per annum if they are purchased, and actual higher charges if they are rented. Next, sale of movable assets. मैं दोनों का दोनों रोको बाहर निकालूंगा. तुम लोग अभी मेरे को इरिटेट कर रहे हो. You are enough is enough. You are crossing your limits now. Can't you keep your mouth shut? Teacher is sitting, lecture is going on. Mouth shut मतलब shut होता है. Next person who speaks certainly goes out, irrespective of that. Sir, मैंने first time की. First time now will 100% get out of the class. Of course, if the employee is taking the laptop home, he is certainly going to do some personal usage of the laptop during non-office hours. एक तो you have not worked in the corporate world, no? So you don't know about this. Okay, a lot of companies have some system installed in their devices which they give you, with which you can't access only certain websites for their internal control. नहीं तो क्या होगा? You will access those stupid websites knowing your nature, and unnecessarily when cybercrime people will do the investigation, company will be under trouble because the laptop is registered in the name of the company. समझा? But then it is possible that वो laptop after office hours you are not using the blocked websites obviously, लेकिन your child का school fees you are going to the website and paying the fees online. Partial personal use, you want to do some personal kind of research, some project of your child का school. एक तो you have also many, तो वो fees में project में lot of personal use होगा. अगर ऐसा कुछ है, you can't keep a track of that. Primarily the laptop was given for business purpose. Now we can't keep a track on that. We are keeping it blanket में exempt. Very rarely you will get to see a laptop दिया and don't do office work, do only personal work. That won't happen. Primarily it was given for. हाँ, तो it is going to be not taxable. Next, sale of movable asset. The moment we use the word sale, do you understand? First of all, this time the ownership has transferred. Ownership has transferred. Do you understand this? एक बहुत important question. Last time you were using it, you were not getting ownership, but you were getting it to use free of cost. What do you mean by this word sale? That your employer is giving you the asset. First of all, here it has to be purchased by the employer. Here there were two options. Employer has purchased and giving it to you, or employer has taken on rent and giving it to you. Purchased, then this is the value. Rented, then this is the value. Here, it can't be rented. Just imagine employer bringing something on rent and then selling it to you. You can't sell the things that you have taken. Matlab, one thing is for sure, that this has to be purchased by the employer. After purchasing, your employer is selling it to you. Look at the first word here. Is this sale of asset? Hello? That means, am I as an employee paying for this? How can it be perquisite? You are selling it to me. Kya baat kar rahe ho? How can it be perquisite? You understand the question? Use, I am getting free of cost. So whatever is the usage, I took in perquisition number 6. This is sale. Sale means I will pay. And if I am paying to get the ownership, how is it a perquisite? Question samjha? हाँ, but I paid to the employer. नहीं, मैं बोल. He raised his hand first. Cheaper cost. Just that I am not acting cheap. So मैं थोड़ा technical word. Instead of saying cheap, concessional price. Employer is giving it to you at a price lower than what you would have got. Matlab, let us take an example. Bol Mitansh, how much is the sofa for? Employer has purchased it. It can't be rented. He is selling it to you. कितने में he has purchased sofa? 50,000. चलेगा. If your employer gives it to you for 5,000, is he selling it to you for 5,000? It is still a perquisite of 45,000. So don't you think it is the simple rule? Cost of the employer, the 50,000 ka cost of the sofa minus the amount which is recovered from the employee. How much in our example? How much in our example? That means this will become the taxable value, cost of the employer minus recovered from the employee. 50,000 ka sofa given to the employee for 5,000, which means it's a perquisite of 45,000. The main thing here is this. Is this clear? Shall we go to the next? It's a justified font. No full frame should be used. Nahin? By now you know me good enough that you know for sure that if there is some space, Marwadi, 1 inch ka jagah he is not going to leave, and if so much space is left, that means certainly there is going to be some catch here. Correct hai? You tell me what is that catch. Come on. These are the opportunities that I give you to show your smartness, and offers I give only when I am 100% confident nobody will give the answer. When I know that no one will give the answer is the only time when I give the offer. हाँ, so you will tell me, कोई offer नहीं. It's not very difficult. So no, if boss is buying sofa today and giving it to you today, the sofa is worth 50,000. You pay 5,000. Your perquisite is 45. If boss is buying sofa of 50, using it for 1 year, and then giving it to you for 5,000, the sofa ka value when you get it is not 50. It is a reduced value because there is going to be some depreciation that we will charge on that asset and bring it to the value as on the date on which we are selling it to the employee. Samjha kya? Take the original cost, take depreciation for the years for which the employer has used that asset, bring it to its present value, and against the present value how much you have taken from the employee. So from the original cost we have to subtract depreciation, and this depreciation ka rate will depend on which asset it is, because different assets ka different rates are prescribed in income tax rules. If it is a computer, laptop or electronic, so the depreciation given is 50% WDV. If WDV written down value, reducing balance method, ये सब नहीं तो 11th standard का lectures are going on at the other center. You may go and have. Anybody moved from science to commerce? ए पीछे डोंट गो एंड सर्च नो ब्रो, बाजू की बिल्डिंग में लेके बाजू में साइंस का क्लासेस गोइंग ऑन. यू बी इंटरेस्टेड इन योरसेल्फ. डिड यू मूव फ्रॉम साइंस टू कॉमर्स? नहीं, वो नहीं, यू नहीं, वो पीछे वाला ना, वही बच्चे वाला. ही वॉज द वन हु इज लाइक, कौन कौन कौन, एनीबडी मूव फ्रॉम साइंस टू कॉमर्स? यू नो रिड्यूसिंग बैलेंस मेथड, स्ट्रेट लाइन मेथड का मीनिंग्स. I don't have to waste time in making you understand. So 1 lakh ka computer immediately given to the employee, it is 1 lakh ka value. After 1 year it will be 50,000 ka value. After 2 years it will be 25,000, 12,500, 6250, because we are doing 50% WDV. Do you understand? So no, sir, we were told that computers are not taxable only if given for usage. If you are made the owner at a low cost, then it is going to be a taxable purchase. Second, is it possible boss purchases a car, uses it for some years, and after using it does not gift it to you, he sells it to you? तो कार पे we will charge 20% WDV. मतलब 1 lakh का कार given on the same day, what is the value? After 1 year 80,000, after 2 years 64,000. Every year you will keep on subtracting 20%. And if it is any other asset, मतलब sofa, dining table, etc., they will charge 10% straight line method to give you the present value of the asset. Present value matlab which date ka value? The day when this asset was given to the employee. The day when this asset was given to the employee. समझा क्या? मतलब depreciation has to be subtracted. This everyone understood? Different assets का rate of depreciation is different. 50% WDV, 20% WDV, 10% SLF. And one last thing, whatever you are charging, it has to be for completed years. मतलब if you have used the computer for 1 year and 6 months, charge 1 year का depreciation. 2 years and 8 months, to only 2 years का depreciation, to bring that asset to the present value. The difference is the rates of depreciation. And I'll tell you what, ये जो पार्ट है ना, द डेप्रिसिएशन वाला पार्ट, इफ आई रिमूव दिस डेप्रिसिएशन वाला पार्ट, then the rest of the perquisite is cost of employer minus recovered from the employee, which is general. The only extra part here is the depreciation. Do you understand this? So had it not been for this depreciation wala part, it actually falls in the general rule, cost minus amount which is recovered. Everyone is clear? So sale में ownership you are getting at a concessional price, we will see the value of that asset when you want it, but use में we will see the usage value of the year, which is 10% per annum or higher charges. In sale, employer has to buy and then sell it to you, but in use he can buy or take it on rent. It can be any of them. Are the two valuations, use of movable asset and sale of movable asset, clear to you? Everyone? Fantastic. Now tell me, how much period का break you want? कितना? 15 minutes का break. 15. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. बंद बारी रखना, किसी को आने मत देना please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the last perquisite that we have completed is use of movable asset and sale of movable asset. We will be solving questions on some of. You want to join them? We will be solving questions on some of the perquisites that we have studied right now. But before that, यहाँ पे ये जो last वाला perquisite था ना, sale of movable asset, about that, I just want to give you. ये screen नहीं आ रहा है क्या? About this last वाला perquisite, I just want to give you a couple of points to be noted. Just 1 second, please. हाँ, points to be noted. ये जो sale वाला था ना, उसका first, if there are goods which are manufactured by the employer and sold at concessional price to the employee, it will not be taxable. वैसे we just studied that anything sold at concessional price will be taxable, no, the difference. But if it is employer manufactured goods, it won't be taxable. For example, employer is making shoes. Skechers or Bata or anybody, and that sold to the employee at concessional price will not be taxable. Any guesses why? Kuch to mila hai. More than that, please understand that once the employee is getting that product at a concessional price, that employee will wear those shoes and roam around everywhere. Marketing, branding के लिए people have to spend a fortune. Crores of rupees are being, lakhs भी नहीं, crores of rupees are being spent. And here free में we are getting because we just gave some sample goods. Think about it. If you give some free goods to some people and they take it wherever they go, so automatically you will get the branding of it. Do you understand this? And second, if it is any asset other than computer, laptop, electronic or motor car, which is sold after 10 years, it is going to be exempt. इसका लॉजिक बता दो. Computer, laptop, electronic, motor car sold after 10 years, it will be exempt. इसका लॉजिक please tell me.
उसका value
Almost, bro. ये इसलिए I don't want to give you break because पागल लोग with the 10% SLM almost नहीं, the value has become zero. What do you mean by SLM? Means every year 10 years में the value has become zero. So on the day of transfer, the asset does not have any value. Obviously, we can't take any tax on that. Do you understand? Okay. So these were your last two notes, and with which now what we are going to do is we will be solving questions. एक तो house का perquisite, loan का perquisite. We have to solve some questions on those perquisites that we have studied. Then we will see, based on the time that we have remaining, we will do some more perquisites. Is that clear? Okay. Question number 35, page number 65. Please read the question loudly, please.
Mr. R, an employee of DB Real Estate Limited, Mumbai, a private sector company, received the following for previous year 25-20. Basic pay 3 lakh, bonus 20,000, project allowance 30,000. DA not in terms 2 lakhs, DA in terms 2 lakh 50,000. Employer's contribution to RPF 6,000 per month. Advance salary 20,000. The company gave him an option either to take a rent-free unfurnished accommodation at Mumbai, for which the company would directly pay the rent of 10,000 per month, or to accept a house rent allowance of 12,000 per month and find out his own accommodation. If he opts for house rent allowance, he will have to pay 9,000 per month and for an unfurnished house in Pune. Which of the two options should be selected in order to minimize his tax debt?
So first, understand the question. Employer has already given you these many things. After this, now the question came about your housing, where you have two options. One, I will give you a house. Where is he giving you the house? Mumbai. If he is giving you the house, there won't be any money flow. He won't give you money. You don't have to pay anyone. He will pay the landlord. How much he has paid the landlord? 10,000. And you can enjoy. That is rent-free accommodation ka perquisite. Option 2. I don't want to bother searching housing for you. You search for yourself. I will give you money, 12,000 per month. You do whatever you want to. And you did. Because this time money will come and money will go. Money will come in the form of HRA and go away in the form of rent. How much HRA you will get? And in that you are paying rent of. Matlab case 1 mein no money will come, no money will go. You will only get a house to live. Case 2 mein money will come in the form of HRA, money will go away. That means there is some tax treatment of the rent-free accommodation. There is some tax treatment of the HRA that you are getting. Received minus exempt equal to taxable. Will there be some amount taxable in option 1? Will there be some amount taxable in option 2 HRA? You are asked to minimize his tax liability, which means between option 1 and option 2, wherever I am getting lower taxable amount, do you understand? The tax liability will be lower there. Also understand this. Whether this employee chooses rent-free accommodation or HRA, basic salary will be 3 lakh only taxable. This bonus will be taxable. DA in terms, not in terms, in taxable salary, everything will come. Employer contribution to RPF in taxable salary in excess of 12% will come. Taxable salary mein the effect of these things will be same whether I choose option 1 or option 2. The only amount that will change my total taxable income will be rent-free accommodation or HRA. That means between those two, wherever I am getting lower answer, will give lower tax between the two options, because the other things ka tax treatment is going to be same, whether option 1 or option 2. So what are we supposed to do? We will calculate the taxable amount as per option 1. We will calculate the taxable amount as per option 2. And finally, we will give our advice. Which option to choose? Option 1 is which option, please? Rent-free accommodation. Under rent-free accommodation, allowance के perquisite? Allowance or perquisite? Perquisite है. So we have to find out how much is taxable under this perquisite. For this, things will work only if you have some memory of the chart done with you under rent-free accommodation towards the last part of yesterday's class. First option was not owned ke rented. So no. First option was government or non-government. This guy is non-government. Then second option was owned or rented. What is this case? Rented. And now you recollect what was the answer. When private sector mein it is rented, it is actual rent paid. How much is the rent paid by the employer? 10,000 per month. So which is a total of 1,20,000. This will be compared with 10% of your salary, because out of the two we have to choose whichever is lower. It is all about whether you remember the perquisite valuation or you don't remember. Yaad hai? But then in this salary, what are we supposed to take? Because salary mein plenty of details are given. Right now we are talking about option 1, rent-free accommodation. Fatafat tell me whether you will take them or no. Basic salary, yes. Bonus, sir, we were taught only 3 components have to be taken. That's under HRA. Under rent-free accommodation, the only time when they have deviated, we have to take everything. Matlab, project allowance, DA not in terms. This was specifically excluded. DA not in terms, RPF, perquisites, exempt part of allowances. Yaad aaya? So, ये तो project allowance था. Sorry. DA not in terms, not to be taken. DA in terms, to be taken. Provident fund, not to be taken. Okay. Don't answer what you are thinking. Answer what I am asking. Is advance salary a part of taxable income from salary in any year? Because due or received, whichever is. Will we take this in the current calculation? No, because this calculation has to be due basis. Samjha? That means we are going to take 3 lakh, 20, 30 and 2 lakh 15. What are we taking? 3 lakh, 20,000, 30,000 and 2 lakh 50,000. Correct hai? 10% of 6 lakh will give you 60,000. What is your taxable perquisite? Whichever is lower. 60,000. This is not my final answer. Huh? Those who have forgotten. Oh, option 1 or option 2, whichever is lower. Option 2, I go for HRA. In HRA, how do we find out taxable amount? HRA received, which is given to us in the question. Employer is giving us 12,000. Correct hai? From this, there is going to be an amount which is exempt under section 1013A, which will be least of the following. First, actual 1,44,000. Second, वो short term memory loss. You remember anything in the limits? कुछ भी याद है? 40 और 50 नहीं, 40 और 50. अरे 40 और 50. You can't in the answer you can't write 40. Theory में we have to write 40 और 50. Answer में you can't write 40 और 50. Answer में you'll write the actual answer, no? इसमें 40 के 50. How? Food अंदर, data बाहर. The boss wala rent-free accommodation is Mumbai. He has taken rented house in Pune. See, when boss is giving, we are enjoying Mumbai life. When we have to pay from our pocket, then we have gone to Pune. And believe me, if you want to travel to South Mumbai, the traveling from Pune takes lesser time than traveling from Borivali during peak hours. Check kar lena. तो you have taken rented house where? Pune. So our 50 or 40 will depend on Pune, and based on Pune 40% of salary. And here what will we take? Will we take the same 6 lakh that we took here? No. For this it is basic plus DA in terms plus there is no fixed percentage commission. So 40% of 5 lakh 50, 2 lakh 20. Final answer do. Solve it also. Stars you will see, huh? Nahi to. Third limit anybody? Third limit anybody? Alternate lecture attend करेगा तो ऐसा ही हालत होने वाला. One lecture you attend, one lecture you bunk. कुछ याद नहीं आएगा. Don't look behind. Don't look behind. You know very well. खुशीद. हाँ. सोच रहे किसको बोल रहा है? किसको बोल रहा है? किसको? तेरे को बोल रहा है. Which lecture you attend, which lecture you bunk, you will forget, I will remember. हाँ. Rent paid minus. How much is the rent that he is paying? 9,000 and minus 10% of वो ऊपर वाला 5.5 lakh. So 1 lakh 8,000 minus 55,000. Are you getting this? Check, digest, satisfy yourself, then only I will choose the final answer. You confirm this? Are you okay with this? Rent paid is 9,000 into 12, 1 lakh 8 minus 10% of salary, 55. 108 minus 55, 53,000 being the lowest will become your exemption. And the taxable amount under HRA is going to be 91,000. Copycats. Do you know अभी आगे क्या करना है? बोलो 1 minute. You will tell me. Now what? ठीक है. You got the 2 answers. Now what is going on in your brain? We will choose. Question is asking us to do what? To minimize the tax. I will go for. What are you thinking? In option 1, my taxable amount is coming to 60,000. In option 2, my taxable amount is coming. Obviously, paying tax on 60,000 is better than paying tax on 91,000. What was the question ka last line? Observe karo. Minimize tax. Tax will be minimized wherever we are getting lower taxable amount. And by the way, tax is not going to be calculated on 60 or 90. Tax will be calculated on total income, where all these things will also be included. But whether option 1 or option 2, their effect will be same. That means the only difference in my total income will be this. And where am I getting lower total income? Therefore, option 1. And thus, on the basis of what they have given to me in the question, my final answer is option 1. Wait. We have answered the question. Let us become not CAs but good CAs. We have answered the question, but we have given wrong tax advice. This is incorrect advice. If I was the chartered accountant here, I would have said go for option 2. क्या बोले? Loudly please. Why? Why? मैं prove करके बताऊंगा. Are you interested in knowing? Question says minimize tax. Is question का answer is option 1, which everyone has understood. Shall we go beyond the books now? This is wrong advice. मैं बोल रहा हूं option 2. चलो tell me, what is the danger of option 2? My taxable income will increase by 31,000. Everyone agrees? Taxable income will increase by 31,000. Income is increasing by 31,000. Tax will be a percentage of that income. This assessee, if you calculate his total income, no, ये सबको add करके, he is between 5 lakh and 10 lakh, so he will fall in 20% rate. But मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? For now, assume that he is in 30%. Highest possible rate is 30%. So according to my chosen option, what is increase in taxable income? 31,000. So what will be increase in tax that he will pay? 31 का 30%. वो भी highest we are assuming. Highest won't apply. He is in 20%. I am saying assume highest. So what will be increase in his tax? 31 ka 30%. 9,300. Am I making this guy pay extra tax of 9,300? With this extra tax of 9,300, look at what he will get. So no, every month boss will give me 12,000 and I will spend only 9,000. Every month I am having savings of 3,000. Full year mein I will save 36,000. Against that 36,000, I will end up spending more in the form of tax. Kitna? 9,300. If I choose option 2, extra tax of 9,300, but extra savings. Case 1 mein money is not coming, house is coming. So no money inflow, no money outflow. Case 2 mein money is coming, money is going. But in the coming and going, I am saving 3,000. अब ये मत बोलना सर वो 3,000 taxable. Whatever is taxable we have already shown you. Nothing extra is taxable. But I am saving extra in my pocket. So savings annually will be 3 into 12, 36. With extra tax of 9,300 is an assumption. He is a 20% guy. So I will have more money at my disposal. I will have a better cash flow if I go for HRA. According to this question, I will stop here. End of question is this. This is extra explanation. Did I tell you I am going beyond the book, beyond the question? We are here to become good chartered accountants. You need to give good advice to your client.
Practically, travel expense will run by the whole effect.
क्या? You never know. क्या हो पता ऑफिस ही पुणे में. You never know. Office is in Panvel. Mumbai metropolitan region. You never know. Office is in just before you go cross Vashika bridge. So it sounds like Mumbai, but closer to Pune. Traveling from Pune is maybe better. And you are talking about Pune to, because you are Sobo guy, no? So you are saying Pune se Mumbai gaadi aayega, so it will be expensive because Delhi ka Atal Setu ka toll only will be 354. No bro, Pune se train comes in 200. Pune se share taxi comes to Dadar TT circle 200 rupees, 400 rupees per person. You can have a train ka pass. Don't consider all that. वैसे तो अच्छा, if you want to discuss that only with me, quality of life. Numbers के beyond चलो. Where is better quality of life? Mumbai, LOL, LOL, LOL. Mumbai में quality of life है. Only if you are rich and you have your own house. LOL quality of life Mumbai. All these factors, the stamp of Mumbai or Pune. Then the discussion is endless. We can't sit and discuss all that. I am only talking numbers. Numbers में Pune sounds better because I will be saving 36,000. Against that, there will be some extra tax. Agar wo extra tax would have been more than 36, no, then this option will be wrong. This is your joint product, byproduct. Extra profit, how much? Extra cost, how much? हाँ, sell at split of point or process for. वही था ना? Extra revenue and extra cost. वही. So here you process for. हो गया? Chalo, let's go ahead. Next question. That was 35. 36 is done. 37 is done. 38, 39 done. 40 also वो HRA का question we have completed. We will go to ये तो question 41 नहीं. Question 40, 43. 43 has got two subparts. 43 on page number 67. And it has got two subparts. So we will be solving them one at a time. Question 43, page 67. Subpart A only first. A only, please.
Calculate taxable perquisite value. Mr. R obtained a housing loan from his employer on 16 December 2024 of 7,20,000 at the rate 3% per annum. He starts repayment of this loan from January 2026 on the first day of each month at 30,000 per month. SBI rate of interest for a similar loan is 10.5%.
First, let us discuss, is this perquisite taxable or not taxable? Other discussions later, please. Is this perquisite taxable? Why do you say so? Non-medical more than 20,000. Non-medical more than 20. Is this taxable? Perfect. What is the market rate? Market rate means SBI rate on the first day, clearly given to you 10.5. Is the employer charging something or giving it free of cost? How much? Which is less than the market rate. If the employer was giving it free of cost, my perquisite would have been 10.5%. if the employer is charging 3%, you have the brain to understand, therefore my perquisite is 7.5%. So rate is sorted. We will be doing monthly, so period is sorted. The question is about only the principal. Originally the loan taken by him was 720. Obviously, as and when he repays, and also notice that he has repaid on the first day. So if he repays on the first day, so that month ke principal mein we will be subtracting. But obviously, as he starts the repayment, that means if you understand, what is SBI rate on the first day? 10.5%. And what is employer ka rate? 3%. And therefore, what is the perquisite ka rate? 7.5%. Correct? So all we have to do is take the month. In that month, whatever is the principal, because once we find out principal, our perquisite is sorted. Take the principal from column number 2, multiply by 7.5% and 1 by 12. So you will start getting perquisite of every month. Take your principal, multiply by 7.5% and 1 by 12. So on a month basis, इस amount पे apply the perquisite, इस amount पे apply the perquisite, and end of the year take total of the outer column. You understand the presentation? मतलब we just have to write the month here, principal based on that 30,000 का adjustment, and the perquisite because we have decided the rate and the period. Now comes my main question for you guys. This perquisite का first month will be which month? Think, digest, examine the question and answer. From which month will I start perquisite valuation? From which month will I start perquisite valuation? Question you understand? Answer do. Jan. Jan is which month? The month from which you start repayment. मतलब आप ये बोल रहे हो that my taxable perquisite starts when I repay. You understand how fundamentally wrong you are. मतलब full year I don't repay anything to my employer, तो full year zero perquisite. Perquisite can never start from your repayment. From repayment, principal will be we start reducing it. But perquisite का commencement cannot be repayment. Give me a better answer. Jan is wrong. Perquisite will start the moment we take the loan. You understand? I take loan, perquisite starts. When I start repaying, 2 months later, 3 months later, 6 months later, 1 year later, principal will reduce. But perquisite will start from taking off loan. And thus in this question, perquisite will start from the month of Popat. December is also wrong. Suno, chhod do. At the end of, you had 3 hours ka indirect tax lecture. 1 to 4 tha na? Yesterday some people told me that sir has told ke jaldi ho jayega. I was actually supposed to come. I got free a little early. I thought ke chala jata ho. You will be here only. But then I realized ke timetable must have been given accordingly. So there are people who will want to go away after IDT as a face chupa ke. And there are people, which I believe no one has because I can see. And there are people who have come only for DT. I saw them coming. So if that timing ka lafda I do, to problem will arise. So I decided to come at 4:30 itself. Till that also you were not done. है ना? And after that you have 3 hours of direct tax. If someone would have told me that 6 hours of tax ka lecture you have to attend per day, I would have consumed poison. I truly appreciate the sincerity of you guys. Just that your tongue, you are unfortunately, you have only one problem. I have got no other problem with you guys. You just can't control yourself. Huh. I understand the trouble that you are going through since morning. Just to let you know, we will continue this tomorrow as well. Tomorrow also you have to, and my is again the second lecture. Ye Bhagwan. Law and tax. And then you have audit cut. Audit, tax, law. Life में सोचा था audit Tesla, इधर audit tax और हे प्रभु, हे हरि राम. And in this chaos, you are giving wrong answers because I'll tell you one thing. एक चीज बोलता हूँ. See if you understand this. December comes every year. ये पता है? You know this? क्या? December comes. क्ले ताली बजाओ. December comes every year. पागल लोग. पागल लोग. You need to laugh at yourself for your wrong answer. Because this is last year ka December. Open your eyeballs and read the question. You're really ताली बजा रहे हैं. Friday भी है. Check the question. The loan was taken in 24-25. सुनो, some people are lost in some fantasy world even now. मैं समझाता हूँ. We are in financial year 25-26. This guy has taken loan in December of 2024. Means when this financial year started, from day one the loan was outstanding. So from day one, I will be taxing you on the perquisite. Here from Jan onwards, you started repayment. So Jan, Feb, March, May, I will reduce the principal. But perquisite is not from this December. Perquisite is from last December. We don't have to calculate last year and current year ka together. So current year ka perquisite will commence from the month of ताली बजा रहे पागल. Now, अभी I'll tell you. Now slap yourself. अभी करो. नहीं. Tell the person sitting next to you to slap you. What was that? ये क्या था? इससे अच्छा किसी कर लेते हैं. What exactly have? हे भगवान क्या क्या देखना पड़ रहा है. अच्छा है मैं. Have you all understood the mistake? अभी बोलो अप्रैल का प्रिंसिपल. Come on. अप्रैल का प्रिंसिपल will be 7,20,000. बस बस. अप्रैल का प्रिंसिपल will be. May का प्रिंसिपल. अरे bro, I'll tell you what. Till the month of December this year, the principal will be 7,20,000. So tell me, what is April ka perquisite? 7,20,000 into 7.5% into 1/12. Do you understand? करो calculator का rent you have paid or no? खरीद के लाए हो? Solve no? And do you realize till the month of December it is going to be 4,500 only because the principal is same. Repayments have commenced from the month of January. So December तक. अच्छा, by the way, those who are good in maths, ये जो 720 into 7.5% into 1/12 you have done, you could have actually done into 9/12 and this total 40,500 of 9 months. But एक तुम रहने दो, because either which month to take and which month not to take, उसमें you will end up making some mistake, and in the easiest of things you will go wrong and lose marks unnecessarily. So better है you do on a month basis so that there is no error. You get 4,500 for 9 months, 40,500. Jan में, Feb में and March में, the only thing that will change is principal. So what is the principal of January? January, we are repaying from the 1st January every month. So 30,000, no? So your principal will become 6,90,000. Then next it will become 6,16,000. And finally it will become 6 lakh. Achha, by the way, loan is still outstanding, so perquisite will continue in the next year also. But my current year ka perquisite is over. Here, 30 seconds, please complete this and tell me the final answer of taxable perquisite. Hey, chup. Final answer of taxable perquisite here. अरे आया क्या? 52,875 everyone. You're also clear about the concept here. चलो, second part of this question. क्या हुआ? कौन सा नोट लिखना? See, copying it blindly is not good enough. Are you also understanding how we are getting the answer? Objective is what? If this question is given to you to solve by yourself, will you be able to get the correct answer? Objective is that. You think if this question is given to you as a test, you will be able to get the correct answer? Acha, you also give test without. 43B, please read the question.
Mr. A took a loan for medical treatment of his daughter from his employer on 22nd July 25. The loan amount was 5,50,000. The employer granted the loan free of interest. Mr. A repaid the loan as specified below.
1 second. Even before we continue the question, I can tell you at the beginning, this is right now an exempt perquisite. Sir, this is more than 20, still exempt. Why? Medical. He is repaying. See, he repaid 65, 20, 20, 55. He is slowly and gradually repaying some funds. But what you need to understand is, it is not going to be a taxable perquisite because it's a medical purpose. Not just this much. He will repay the other part also. But story continues. Question is not over. Continue, please.
On 29th November 25, he received medical compensation from the insurance company of rupees 3,27,000, which was repaid.
1 minute. When he received mediclaim compensation of 3,27,000, it is still an exempt perquisite. But the moment he receives this amount, there is a duty to repay. What amount? It is this claim amount or the outstanding amount, whichever is lower. Claim amount is very clearly visible to us. Correct? Hai? What was the outstanding amount at that time? 5,50,000 was the original loan. So we subtract all these repayments. Subtract all the repayments. Nahin? Q? Because at the time of receiving the claim, only this much was repaid. The remaining repayments have taken place in subsequent months. Do you understand? We don't have to see outstanding at the year end. We have to see outstanding at the time you receive the claim. When you receive the claim, 550 message, you have repaid 85. Do you understand? 4,65,000. Now understand the story. 465, I was going to repay slowly and gradually. But suddenly I get 327. At least that 327 I should repay immediately. Remaining balance I can still repay slowly and gradually. But this word is going to trigger something. The perquisite which was exempt earlier will now become taxable because you have retained the claim money, and SBI ka rate is given because without this there can't be any question. What is going to be our taxable perquisite? How are you going to present this? Presentation is also important. So suno, as it is a medical purpose loan, can I say it is not a taxable perquisite initially at least? Medical purpose loan, so at least initially it is not taxable. Do you agree? What is the amount of repayment that we have done till claim, till getting mediclaim? 85,000. Therefore, at that time, what was the outstanding loan? 4,65,000. And what is the claim amount received? That means it is your duty to repay out of the two, whichever is lower. But this amount was retained, and because this amount was retained, so now it has become a taxable perquisite. So do you notice the presentation and do you come to a conclusion that everything that we thought about has also been presented in the answer? Now final answer is value of taxable perquisite. For value of taxable perquisite, let's be sorted. First of all, the rate is fixed, 16%. And as far as period is concerned, we know only that we will be doing 1 by 12. So we again will make the 3 columns only. Month. In this month, how much is going to be the principal? And therefore, once we get the principal, we can get the perquisite because principal we take from the middle column. Rate we have decided, and period will be 1 by 12 because we are doing on a month-on-month basis. The catch is, in this part of the question, the starting of the perquisite is not going to be the month in which you took the loan, the starting of the perquisite is going to be the claim wala month. So claim month, which in our question is the month of November, in that month, what will be the amount of principal that we will take? That amount which you have wrongfully retained with yourself, which is claim received or outstanding, whichever is lower. 3,27,000 rupees will become perquisite of a principal of this month. And perquisite to theek hai, then 16% and 1/12. Oh, calculators, look. Is that understood? Now what after this? Because next month is December. All you have to check is, in December, is there any repayment? Yes, 20,000 rupees. So what will be December ka perquisite? Because we see outstanding at the month end. December के beginning में it is 327, but we have repaid 20. So December के end पे 3,07,000. In Jan, is there any repayment? Check करना, question देखना, मन से क्या फिक्र है? In Jan, is there any repayment? No. So Jan का principal will be 3,07,000. In Feb, is there any repayment? No. So 3,07,000. In March, there is repayment. So we subtract that amount. No, we will still take 3,07,000 because we have been told to ignore last day wala repayment. Correct hai? Perquisite will continue, but our year is stopping, so we will stop. Hello, are you also understanding what you are doing? Finish this, please. Medical purpose loan. But November se this perquisite became taxable. What was the reason? Claim mila is not the reason. Correct.
And you have received medication, but you think that those medical history is not over and something might happen. So for that,
Right now, you give it back to your employer. Something might happen that we'll see later.
and you might ask
हाँ, चलो done. Let's go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. We are not done with perquisite valuation. I said we have about 10-15. In that also, motor car is very, very big. So technically, if we want to complete salary tomorrow, we need 1 hour for motor car, about 1.5 hours for questions. And in a 3-hour class, we can keep some 2-3 small perquisites still pending along with motor car. But we still have to do some of them. वैसे भी we have plenty of time remaining in today's lecture. Plenty है, plenty. Okay. I will decide. The moment I get tired, I will leave you. Okay. So perquisite number 8. देखो, I'll tell you one thing very clearly. I will complete what I have decided. Now, if you don't let me and you disturb me, so you want to go home early. इतना सा question. Very easy answer. I know the answer also. You want to go early? Mouth shut, brains open. Perquisite number 8. Free or concessional medical facilities. Free or concessional? क्या बोला bro? मतलब till now your employer was only giving you temporary financial help with which you can bear the cost of your treatment, but you had to return the money without interest. So the interest was your perquisite. But guess what is the change that is taking place this time? Here he will bear the treatment cost. So suno, whatever he pays to the hospital is your perquisite. Paid minus recovered. It's a general rule. But then there are some permutations involved here, which is why we can't cover it in the general rule. Let us start this concept by this. If your employer is giving you not a perquisite, but a fixed monthly medical allowance, irrespective of your actual expenditure, irrespective of whether you are well, unwell, irrespective of what is the cost of your treatment, if he is giving you a fixed monthly figure, so it's an allowance. And under allowances, we have already studied this. It is going to be, अरे याद आया? I told you that instead of taking fixed, you should take different months, different amounts, and then submit fake bills. In fact, someone made bill book at home only, because fixed monthly amount is fully taxable. But apart from that, if your boss is taking something called a personal accident policy, allow me to complete 2-3 points related with each other. If your boss is taking something called staff group insurance, if your boss is taking medical insurance policy of individual employee and paying individual employee ka premium, all these three things have something in common. Copycats, now hear me out. They are all insurance policies. Personal accident policy is an insurance policy. Staff group insurance is an insurance policy. Medical insurance is an insurance policy. In all the three cases, premium will be paid by your employer and claim will be received by employee. Means boss is buying policy for your benefit. Boss is buying policy where you will receive money. Correct hai? You understand all three? What is personal accident policy? Factory mein some accident takes place, for that. Staff group insurance for some industries, some corporates where they have 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 employees. So we will take a joint insurance of our entire staff, and where we have less number of employees, instead of taking group insurance, we can take individual employee insurance, which is the third thing. All the three cases fully exempt. All the three cases fully exempt. Who is paying premium? Employer. Who will get claim? Is that a benefit? Fully exempt. Logic batao, please. Please tell me the logic. No. No, she's saying the same thing. Mandatory nahi hai. वो लोग उन लोग, who are you, रोहित शर्मा? What do you mean by वो लोग उन लोग से कर लेंगे? आपके उसका वो तो बताओ. Please clarify. Employees might nahi, employees will sue the employer and tell the employer to pay. Listen, the employer, क्या है तेरा? बक क्या बोल रहे हो? साइन दे रहा है. I have got better signs in hand gestures to give it. समझा?
Sir, but ideally,
नहीं, there is no compulsion for any employer to buy insurance for the employees. Hear me out, please. Suno. If you are working on some factory machine, complicated factory machine, and unfortunately you meet with an accident, you will lose your job. Industrial Dispute Act will make your employer pay compensation to you. Compensation will be very heavy. Suno. So that means employer is not taking this policy for your benefit. He is safeguarding himself from liability. So that I pay small amount of nominal amount of premium, and in case there is an accident, the compensation will come from that policy. I don't have to bear that massive amount of compensation. He is caring about his safety, not yours. It's his benefit. Second, when corporates or even individuals, see, C&D are basically corporate employees or individual small business employees. When I want to retain someone, I wanted to hire a guy for my back office work. He said, "Ke sir, I will work in 10,000 ka salary also. मेरे को कोई problem नहीं है, but just two things. I am very particular about bodybuilding. वो sprouts लाता था वो. He said के you have to leave me 2 hours every day for gym." मैं बोला ठीक है, done. And second, if somebody is unwell at home, तो 10,000 में it is not sufficient. I said no problem. 10,000 का salary में you are happy. If someone is unwell at home, up to 2 lakh rupees per annum, If there is actual expenditure, I will bear. But only if there is actual expenditure, which is a promise. Now, by chance, somebody in his family is unwell and he incurs that 2 lakh ka expense, so I will have to bear. For my safety, what I do is, I take 2 lakh ka medical insurance for me. Pay what nominal? 10-15,000 rupees as premium. And I have safeguarded myself from liability of 2 lakh. I am not doing it for him, I am doing it for myself. I wanted to retain him. 10,000 you don't get people. I wanted to retain him. It was not his benefit, it was my benefit. And same when big corporates have a larger number of employees, so instead of buying individual insurance policies, they take something called group insurance, so that whatever promises they have made to employees to bear medical cost, if that actually turns out to be true, the insurance company will bear it. All these cases are employer ka safety. It is not your benefit. That is why they are fully exempt. Logic hai. And sometimes to explain logic, we have to go into some individual stories like I hired employee and that. Otherwise, you won't understand. Otherwise, we can only learn the law and not understand why is it written the way it is. Once in a while, we might have to do this. I hope you are okay with that. And are you clear about what is the logic here? Okay. And then, now even if you are not okay, once in a while, I will do it. And देखा मैं, even if you are, मैं बता रहा हूँ, even if you are not okay, record this. Even if you are not okay, once in a while, I will do this. Because there are majority of the class wants to know the reason behind the provisions. So abhi I am not catering to minority. India is not a country for minorities. Kya? Last. So now, if you have received reimbursement of expenses for treatment of COVID-19 related illness for self or family, COVID-19 related, कौन सा वर्ड नहीं समझ रहा है? So you said no, कौन सा वर्ड नहीं समझ रहा है? You are saying expense. That means you understood, no? If you are getting reimbursement of expense for treatment of COVID-19 related illness for self or family, the reimbursement so received is going to be fully. So finally COVID आ गया, even in the law. So no, you had COVID, and mark the words, it is not as easy as you think it is. COVID alone nahi. Along with COVID, it is possible that you had some COVID related illness. For those who have had COVID patients at home will probably know this, that COVID, not just the disease itself, that went away in a few days, but because of COVID, the heavy medication, most people who took COVID medicines have become diabetic post. Hypertension, blood pressure has increased. There was a disease called myopia where some people became blind because of a very high level of COVID infection. You know how COVID happens? What was the thing that attracts COVID ka virus? Yeah, how you attract COVID wala disease? Some people said secretions, matlab cough, sneeze, and you happen to come in. Nahi, COVID happens if you undergo tests. Otherwise, it does not happen. COVID test करने से होता है, otherwise it is not possible. Must, I am telling you. Yes. So suno, there are some people who paid medical bills of COVID, not just COVID related illness, and you have paid that bill of yourself and your family members. Family here is exactly same as it was defined in section 10(5). Spouse and children always, and parents and siblings only if dependent. So spouse, children, dependent parents, dependent siblings. You or any one of these family members have been a COVID patient. You or any of these family members have been a COVID patient. Uska treatment ka expense incurred. Not just COVID related illness ka expense incurred. Guess where you are getting the money back from. Which chapter is going on? Direct tax, salary. Who is giving you this money? Employer. Fully exempt. Government wanted to show कि COVID से related some income tax benefit we are giving. So boss is giving you reimbursement, fully exempt. अच्छा, by the way, is it possible that the reimbursement has not come from employer, from other people? Government gave reimbursement, some charitable trust gave reimbursement. Possible है? So no. If employer gives, so income is taxable under salary, so we are exempting it here. If anybody else gives, so the income is taxable under IFOS, the same exemption is written under IFOS when other people are giving reimbursement. आप समझा? It is mentioned at the relevant place, no? Employer से reimbursement received, it will be mentioned as exemption here. Other people ka it is mentioned under IFOS. We'll talk about it again when we come to IFOS. Is this clear? So first one was fully taxable, the others were fully exempt. Once you know this, other part honestly is very, very easy, because whatever employer is paying to the hospital is your taxable perquisite. However, you will have to go and check whether your boss is giving you medical treatment for whom. Is your boss giving you medical treatment for yourself and family, or is your boss giving you medical treatment for others? Family ka definition is again same.
So you use the word reimbursement, but when you start to do, you say that reimbursement is not allowed.
Reimbursement is not allowance, matlab it is perquisite. You are not pay, you are paying to the employee. हाँ तो you are not paying the employee, so you don't remember the beginning of perquisite. You are paying the hospital. हाँ, but employee has already paid, so we are reimbursing. No, focus, don't digress. Focus करो. Employer is giving you medical treatment of yourself and family members. That's the left side of the chart. Employer is giving you medical treatment of other people. एक मिनट. मतलब सुनो, I have good relations with my neighbor's wife. I agree to bear her hospital cost. सुनो, please understand. I agree to bear her hospital cost. Does that sound normal? It has to. You look at this. My employer is undertaking that I will pay to keep me motivated. What is the probability that your employer will pay for other people? Employer paying for yourself and your family members makes sense. You paying for neighbor's wife, your personal problem, but employer bearing it. So no, because you are focused only on neighbor's wife, please don't be like me. You also think about people other than the definition of family. Matlab, independent parents, independent siblings. उसका तो employer can bear, no? But they are non-family. समझा? क्या बोला? Step spouse. सुनो, grandparents, grandchildren, they will come here. In-laws will come here. Brother-in-law, sister-in-law will come here. Do you understand? What is family? Spouse, children always. Parents, sibling only if dependent. Anybody other than them. Can your employer bear treatment cost of grandparents, grandchildren? Independent siblings, independent parents? In-laws, if you are very close, especially if you know possible है कि employee is female employee living with in-laws, तो employer has agreed, no problem, any of your same household का people I am bearing. Possible है? In-laws का obviously neighbor's wife के लिए employer will not give. I will not even openly claim it obviously. So all those people will fall in the definition of non-family, and any amount spent for non-family is going to be fully taxable without a single rupee of tax benefit. Matlab, if your employer is bearing medical treatment of independent parents, independent siblings, in-laws, grandparents, grandchildren, whatever he is paying, whatever your employer is bearing is going to be fully taxable. Here we will grant some exemption. Friends, मतलब आप क्या बोल रहे हो? डिपेंडेंट फ्रेंड्स और इंडिपेंडेंट? What is wrong with you? What is definition of family? Anything other than the definition of family? Hey, Bhagwan. You are doing it purposely. Your brain, you are intelligent, but you are doing it purposely. Sir, you understand how frustrated and tired we are. We think you should leave us. इसके लिए ऐसे stupid things we will do in class. Anybody other than the definition of family will come here. ये clear है? Now, if the treatment is given for family members, there is some tax benefit. Hear me out, please. If your boss is giving you tax treatment in the following 4 hospitals. Okay, wait. $830. चुप रहोगे? Not a single sound, please. Then I can think of leaving you by 8:15. Nahin? Don't give any reaction to me except the subject matter. Then I can think of leaving even earlier. Chup. Oh, whoa, wow, kuch nahi. Tax treatment will depend on whether the medical treatment was in India or outside India. Matlab, suno. Whatever exemption we will give, only and only if the patient was in the definition of family. If the patient does not fall in the definition of family, at the beginning itself, the amount is fully taxable. Discussion is over. Discussion is only and only if the patient falls in the definition of family. Agar family members are given treatment in India at the following places. The employer itself is hospital. So Reliance Hospital or Saifi Hospital or Bombay Hospital giving free treatment to employee and family ka definition. So no, the hospital giving free treatment to nurse ka mother-in-law is taxable. But to the nurse, to the spouse of the nurse, to the children and to the dependent parents and dependent siblings, so it is going to be fully exempt. This will fall in 8:30 बजे. Fully exempt. मुंह खोलोगे? नहीं? हाँ. Will be fully exempt. Everyone, next. If your employer is bearing your treatment cost in a government hospital, it is going to be fully exempt. Once again, patient has to fall in the definition of family. If your employer is bearing your treatment at a recommended hospital, I'll explain. Mumbai's biggest government hospital, I don't know whether you are aware, there's a hospital called King Edward Memorial, KEM Hospital. Mumbai's biggest government hospital. But at the same time, are you also aware, newspaper report said that there was KEM Hospital ka dialysis machine, which is important for kidneys, not functioning for 6 months. When government hospitals ka condition in our country is horrible. So when government hospital is unfit to give you a particular treatment, sometimes they will tell you that do this, cross the road, go to that hospital, private hospital across the road. We recommend that you take treatment from there. We have done some tie-up for some concession till the time our machine is not working. Such hospitals are recommended hospitals. Your employer is bearing your treatment cost in that recommended hospital. Or lastly, there can be a hospital which is hospital approved by, when you come to CA final, I will teach you hierarchy of income tax department. Junior officer, senior officer, who is senior, who is junior, there is a hierarchy given. The senior most officer in income tax department is a person called CCIT, that is Chief Commissioner. Highest rank is CCIT. Chief Commissioner of Income Tax is the senior most officer. Then there is a hierarchy. Chief Commissioner, Commissioner, Additional, Joint, Deputy, Assistant, ITO. But all that is not a part of your interca syllabus. Senior most is who? Some hospitals, which may be private hospitals, not recommended, not employer-owned hospital, but still if approved by CCIT, any treatment done at these places will be fully exempt. Any treatment done at these places will be fully exempt. But if it is any other hospital, any hospital which is not owned by employer, not government hospital, not recommended hospital, not approved hospital, so fully taxable. Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, CCIT, senior most income tax authority. That means 4 hospitals fully exempt and everywhere else fully taxable. ये जो fully exempt, no, only and only if the patient falls in the definition of family. If patient is not a family member as per the definition, so these 4 hospitals also it will be fully taxable. Everyone is clear on this? Last part of exemption of medical perquisite, when your employer is sending you for treatment outside India. So foreign treatment will result in 3 types of expenditure. Whenever treatment is in a foreign country, you understand 3 types of expenditure. 1, will there be some treatment cost? Treatment will be of the patient, which has to be in the definition of family. If the patient is a non-family guy, so every rupee incurred is going to be fully taxed. But then, do you know that over and above the treatment cost, if it's a foreign treatment, there will also be travel cost, and that travel cost will be patient plus 1 attendant, plus 1, like you guys use in your day-to-day lingo. It has to be plus 1, correct again? First of all, somebody is going to a foreign country for treatment itself means that the disease is very complicated. Otherwise, most big diseases, complicated diseases, India mein treatment is available. So you can't tell your brain dead patient, to वैसे भी unconscious है. I am dropping you at the airport. People will take you to that country, and in case you return, I will come to pick you again. In case you return, नहीं तो people will do your hisab over there. हाँ bro. So you understand, for such a complicated case, one person has to travel. And third, do you understand there is going to be some cost of food plus stay in that foreign country? अरे मुंबई का हॉस्पिटल थोड़ी है that we will take one breakfast का tiffin, one lunch का tiffin and one dinner का tiffin. And most good hospitals don't allow also outside food. But once upon a time they used to allow. The older hospitals still allow, and we used to, assign duties at home. That breakfast ka you take, lunch ka you take, dinner ka you take. We are Marwadis after all. So foreign country mein what you'll send 3 tiffins per day. Be fast. Food and stay ka cost also has to be incurred in that foreign country only, no? And that also has to be patient plus 1. That attendant can be anybody. Patient has to fall in the definition of family. Arey, food you will have to consume, तो क्या only patient को we will give food? Attendant has to go fasting. मतलब treatment will be of patient who has to fall in the definition of family, and travel and food will be of patient plus 1. That attendant can be anybody. Is employer bearing 3 things ka cost now? Let us understand the tax exemption. In case of treatment, the amount exempt will be the amount as permitted by, exempt up to the amount as permitted by RBI. In India, there is a law called Foreign Exchange Management Act, FEMA. I am not asking about liberalized remittance scheme, $250,000 per person. Don't show your half knowledge. Half knowledge is worse than no knowledge. Whenever you want to spend money in Forex, there are 3 types of permissions. 1, 0 permission, where you can spend without any permission. You must have heard about something called LRS. But there are still some other payments which come under central government ka approval. You can't make those expenses without central government ka approval. And then there are some things which fall in the list of RBI. Those expenses can be incurred only if RBI approves, and this falls in RBI ka subject matter. So foreign treatment ka cost will be exempt up to permitted by RBI. Meaning thereby, you go to a foreign country, you spend for treatment, boss has paid that 10 lakh ka bill. Then you come back and submit that data to RBI. RBI says we allow or we authorize or we permit only 7 lakh ka expenditure. Matlab is question giving you 10 lakh and 7 lakh. 7 lakh exempt, 3 lakh taxable. Story is over. The amount permitted by RBI will be exempt and the excess will be taxable. What about cost of food and stay? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, exempt up to the amount that has been permitted by RBI. Supposingly your food के लिए employer has given 2 lakh rupees. From that RBI approved 1,70,000 rupees. 30 is taxable. Both amounts given to you in the question. As a CA student for tax paper, there is not much effort required. You understand? And what about the travel wala part? This will be exempt up to the amount permitted by RBI. रुको, I know you are thinking क्या पागल है, and your reaction says हाँ, I thought that only. Sir, मन में she is not saying sir also. ए पागल, can't you just combine all of them in one bracket and say exempt up to amount permitted by RBI? देखो, don't know about you, but the teacher is all in all senses, because who told you this is over? There is some catch. Had it not been for that catch, I would have merged the three and given you one rule, exempt up to amount permitted by RBI. But because of that additional condition involved here with an amendment, second amendment in salary ka chapter, one is specified employee ka definition where 50,000 ka threshold has been increased to, but second amendment 4 lakh bola, tu kahan se hai? There is one more thing, one more amendment here. Take minute. First of all, are you clear? Employer is bearing foreign treatment cost, which will have 3 components. Component 1, treatment, which is only patient, has to be in definition of family. Component 2, travel, which has to be patient plus 1%. Patient has to be in family, attendant can be anybody. Food and stay, again patient plus 1. In all 3, normal rule is whatever RBI permits, that will be exempt. But in that travel wala part, the exemption that you are getting, what is the exemption that you are getting? Amount permitted by RBI. The exemption will be given only and only if your gross total income, matlab suno, we are talking about which head? When we say GTI, matlab we are talking about salary ke, house property ke, PGBP ke, capital gain ke, other sources, total. If your GTI means we will take all the heads of income ka total before adding the travel wala part. Are you adding that travel wala part ka taxable from this middle part here? Ek minute, do one thing, ignore this. For a moment, ignore this. Go complete income from house property. Hear me out. Income from house property. PGBP, capital gain, other sources. Is that the total of the other 4 heads? Then come to income from salary. Take basic salary, dearness allowance. Take all your taxable allowance, because all of them are a part of GTI. Then come to perquisites. We have studied so many perquisites till now, and we are going to study some more perquisites. Take all the perquisites. Then come in medical wala. Here others wala is taxable, part of GTI, take it. Here other than 4 hospital is taxable, part of GTI, take it. Here over and above RBI permission, that amount is also part of GTI because it is taxable. Take everything. Have I completed everything in my GTI? Only one thing is remaining. What is that only thing remaining? Means everything including this perquisite we have completed. Only this travel wala part is remaining. If my total income before including this travel, my gross total income will include other heads also, is not exceeding, matlab less than or equal to, and can you believe this? Till last year, here they had written 2 lakh rupees. Full year ka total of all the 5 heads, 2 lakh. When I checked 2 lakh divided by 12, I got 17. 2 lakh divided by 12, 17,667. 16,667 is the monthly income maximum. Isko your employer is sending where? Foreign treatment. You know, BMC hospital, your employer will not give you treatment. What a ridiculous amount. But laid down 20 years ago when 2 lakh was relevant amount. And auntie finally said that 2 lakh is impractical. For this reason, for everyone it is becoming taxable only. Because practically all employees are crossing 2 lakh ka figure. So they now say with effect from assessment year 26-27, it won't be 2 lakh. It will be a notified amount, a prescribed amount. So in the budget they said only prescribed amount, and the announcement came later. Bro, so naam che tamaru. second last bench, green t-shirt, Viraj. This amount also came recently by announcement, so may not be there in the textbook. I am telling you, they have increased it from 2 lakh to 8 lakh. Still a low amount for sending somebody to a foreign country, but compared to 2 lakh ऐसा लगता है हाँ भाई ठीक है, at least something तो will be there. हाँ, तो notification came recently. Budget में they just said we will announce an amount without giving the amount. Recently they gave the amount for specified employee 4 lakh and for travel wala part. So no, when we say GTI, matlab all the other heads, and in this also except travel, everything we are including. If that total exceeds 8 lakh, so फिर the travel wala part will become taxable. Matlab you will not get any exemption. And if that total is less than or equal to 8 lakh, so you will get exemption up to the amount permitted by RBI. Means treatment cost exemption up to amount permitted by RBI. Food and stay exemption up to amount permitted by RBI. Travel also same, but that exemption only if total is up to rupees 8 lakh GTI. Is that clear? Everyone? No difficulty? Suno. One question we will do and I will leave you. Now it all depends on how faster you do, and during the question if you disturb me then I will not leave you even after the question. I have already communicated to the management that I am going to be taking an extended lecture, and I was told late. Because anybody willing to work, employers will never say, I am not an employee, I am an independent professional, but ultimately the stage, the platform, the brand belongs to someone else, and with due respect I have been given the free hand. Le lo. तो ले लूंगा, फिर छोड़ूंगा. You want me to do that? Mouth shut, question open. Question number 42 on page number 67. आराम से देखो, सुनो. What's your name? जानबूझ के डिफिकल्ट. रा किधर चलू? चल. राइट है स्पेलिंग. ओके, मतलब क्या होता है इसका? पता नहीं, ऐसे रख दिया. You start reading the question only when there is pin drop silence in the class. Otherwise, I am in no hurry. I have told home that 8:30 तक lecture है, 9:30 तक I will come. बीच में किसी को मिल के आराम से. नहीं, neighbors wife is at home only ना. हाँ, old house. जब तक there is, जब तक till the time people are speaking in class, you will not start reading the question. Okay? हाँ, करो. Slow. रुको तेरे लिए. तू बोलेगा 2 minutes I'll wait for. नहीं, क्वेश्चन करो. पक्का? प्लीज.
Mr. A is employed with X Limited. Salary before the medical perquisite for the year is 1,80,000. Mr. A has to undergo heart surgery outside India, and X Limited bears the following expenses of Mr. A and one attendant. Cost of medical treatment of Mr. A outside India 4,50,000, out of which permitted by RBI 4,38,000. Cost of stay abroad of Mr. A and one attendant 1,50,000, out of which permitted by RBI 1,42,000. Cost of travel of Mr. A and one attendant 2,75,000, out of which permitted by RBI 2,50,000. Ascertain the taxable perquisite value if Mr. A does not have any other income. Mr. A has interest on government securities of 6,000.
So no, you will have to make a change in the question. This amount was, relevant till the last year when the limit was 2 lakh. Sometimes we have to, as I told you, that the amount was not prescribed in the budget. So now that we know the amount, you will have to change this to 7,80,000. Make it 7,80,000. Then only the question will remain relevant. Otherwise, question ka relevance will get over. So kindly make the correction, everyone. Question number 42 on page number 67 में first line में salary का amount has to be rectified from 1,80,000 to 7,80,000, and to all the photographers of the class, every given moment, हर थोड़े time से you are in the wrong career के हर थोड़े ऐसे करके panorama और वो क्या आता है वो hyperlapse, अल्टीमेटली वो गैलरी के अंदर वंस मोर एंड मोर थिंग्स कम, वेयर इट गोज अवे, वो पता है आपको कि यू हैव सम सेपरेट फोल्डर वेयर यू कीप स्टडी मटेरियल, डेटा, मोर मटेरियल, डेटा, अंदर फोल्डर के अंदर फोल्डर के अंदर फोल्डर के सीधा ट्रैश में. तो प्लीज मेक श्योर you don't just take pictures, you also use them as and when required. 7,80,000 the correction, everyone done? Chalo, question has got two subparts if you understand. Part 1, when he does not have any other income, so what is going to be the tax treatment of the medical perquisite? And part 2, when he has got interest income of rupees 6,000. correct hai? We have to do valuation of taxable perk. Because of foreign treatment ka question, we will examine what are the things. First of all, patient is himself. If the patient is self or family, then only exemption ka question arises. Otherwise, so everything is fully taxable. First amount incurred was cost of treatment. How much was incurred? 450. And from that, how much is the amount permitted by RBI? So do you realize 450, 438 both given in the question itself? You don't have to do anything. You just have to subtract and take the exemption and pay tax on the balance. Likewise, cost of stay abroad, 1,50,000, very clearly given to you in the question. What do you have to do? 150, 142 both given. Shit, mistake. We didn't check only that income is up to 8 lakh or more than 8 lakh. Arey, check karke then only we can give exemption. No, otherwise we are making a mistake. Nahin, that checking has to be done only for travel part. For treatment and food, we don't have to check that. So what we are doing is correct. Hello? Acha actor. And last, suno, first, whatever is the travel ka expense will be taken in lump sum. Travel ka expense incurred by the employer is 2,75,000. Because here we are not sure whether we will give the exemption. Will we give the exemption? We may, but only if GTI before travel is up to 8 lakh, which we don't know. We will have to make a working note for that. But once we know, we will decide whether to give the exemption or no. If exemption will be given, we will subtract that amount. Otherwise, it will be 0. And whatever is the remaining amount will become your taxable perk. Are do you agree with this? So working note 1. Columnar manner में we are solving the working note also we can make in the columnar manner. What is your GTI before travel? क्या बजा? हाँ? ये रिंगटोन था उसका. Still better than mine. तो मेरा कभी मैं तो I am conscious I put on silent. कभी बज गया तो you will be laughing harder. He is having salary. Have you made the correction? 7,80,000. But then, thank you for allowing me extra 15 minutes. This behavior of yours has thank you for the permission. We can cover up a couple of more perquisites. Thank you. Oh, ऐसा ही था ना वो? चीन टपक कैसा Thank you. Thank you. What else do you have? You have interest income, but only in case 2. Correct hai? What else do you have? Arey, you have that cost of treatment ka bhi excess taxable amount, no? You have to take simply everything other than travel. And you also have the cost of stay ka taxable amount of 8,000, which effectively results in taxable amount of 8 lakh here and 8 lakh 6. Now finally, travel wale part ka exemption will come in case 1, case 2, none of them or both of them. Exemption. Exemption will come in. अरे but 8 lakh हो गया ना? But equal to is permitted, and because this is up to 8 lakh, here we will give the exemption of the amount permitted by RBI, but here we cannot give because that amount has exceeded rupees 8 lakh. The GTI has exceeded 8 lakh, it has become 8 lakh 6,000. Clear हुआ? So finally, what is your taxable perquisite? Case 1 में 45,000, case 2 में 2 lakh 95 है बेटा, 15 साल से तो वही है. 45,000 and 2 lakh 95,000. Clear हुआ? Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen, this was our perquisite number 8. Big perquisite में we have only one, that is motor car. Small में we have about 5-6 more remaining, and full-fledged questions of the chapter. We will continue in the next class, which is tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Good night.